Boy, he was a rough one to handle. A real man-eater. Every time I got near him, I had to count my fingers. You know, you just wouldn't think a lion could think like that.
Remember, this sacred lion is a gift from my prince for the people of America. He must be well cared for.
You rang? Man, somebody sure needs a new transmission. Hey, if you're looking for the zoo, it's back that way. Turn left at the drinking fountain. Hey, 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 you must be like a lion or something, huh? Huh? Yeah, a tall cat. Yeah. Oh, no, with that hairdo, you must be like a lion. Yeah. Ooh, I seen you on the Late Show on TV last night. Yeah. Dobie! Yeah. Hey, you're a good lion. Yeah. Uh-oh. Here's the 5-minute bell. Hey, I gotta cut out. Keep smiling, lion. Yeah, goodbye.
My friend Maynard G. Krebs has one amazing quality that sets him apart from ordinary people. Is he handsome? No. Rich? Uh-uh. Brilliant? Maynard? But he is original. You've got to give him that. I mean, his head can come up with the wildest, most fantastic stories you ever heard. Especially if he has to. Like when he gets in trouble and needs an excuse. Boy, those excuses. Step on it, Maynard. You're late again.
I couldn't help it. I was walking along mine like my own business.
Maynard, please. I haven't got time to hear another one of your harebrained excuses.
Wait till you hear this one. It's a Lulu and the truth, a true Lulu.
Maynard, come on to class.
Wait, though,
Maynard!
I was ankling along in the park, minding my own business, when all of a sudden...
I know. All of a sudden, this pink and white giraffe trotted in, and you had to stop to shake hands.
Don't that's silly. Who ever heard of a giraffe in a park?
I'm glad you realize it.
Sure, I didn't see no giraffe.
I believe you.
It was a lion.
Maynard, enough!
Like, hi. Hey, what are you doing here? No, you can't come in here. The Board of Education's got rules about it. Nobody's allowed to go to class unless he's registered. Oh, I know. You're like lonesome. But you'll have to wait out there in the jungle till school's out. I'll dig you later. Where'd everybody go? Anybody?
Young hero captures wild beast. That's Maynard. The hero, not the wild beast. Maynard G. Krebs, Central High student, will be rewarded today by the fabulously wealthy Oriental potentate, Prince Dumafon of Imbodia. When interviewed, young Krebs' only comment was,
like, wow.
Is that all you can say?
Like, wow. Hey, Dobie, think maybe I'll get a reward of $5, huh?
$5? $2. Maynard.
75 cents.
Listen, Maynard, why do you think I'm giving up my whole afternoon to come along with you?
Because you're my good buddy, Dobe.
Right, but it's not only that. You'll need somebody to help you carry all this stuff home.
What stuff? Who knows?
Rubies.
Rubies.
Emeralds.
Emeralds.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Palaces.
Palaces.
When you find an Oriental potentate's pet lion, there's no telling how big a reward you might get.
Rubies, diamonds, emeralds, palaces. Wow.
Yeah, come on, let's go, Maynard.
Yeah. Hey, Dobe, maybe we should have brung a bag. Like, greetings. Could you hip his royal lordship that we're here...
Maynard, please. Kindly inform His Radiance that his guests Maynard G. Krebs and Dobie Gillis await, trembling lest they be blinded by his imperial splendor.
It shall be done. please enter.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hey, Dobe, where'd you learn all that bowing and imperial splendor and his radiance and all like that?
I've been studying up on it.
Yeah, you never know when you might meet Grace Kelly or Duke Snyder.
I am Mr. Huggins of Washington. This is Mr. Hargrove. Which one is Driggs?
Krebs, Maynard G.
Oh, excellent. A fine young man like you is certain to make a favorable impression.
Hold it a minute, Dad. I'm Maynard G. Krebs.
Yeah.
We could always say he got stuck in the elevator and couldn't make it.
Oh, dear.
Well, what are we worrying about? I'm sure when this young man realizes the seriousness of a situation, he'll be a credit to his country. Besides, he's already been announced.
Perhaps we should fill them in before they meet the Wazir.
Wazir?
Yes, Prince Dumafon's Chief of Staff, Prime Minister, and aide-de-camp.
Ooh, 3 Wazirs.
Prince Dumafon is busy on a sociological survey of American culture. His Excellency, the Grand Wazir, will make the presentation.
They've come to this country to sign an oil treaty, and frankly, the affair has reached a critical stage.
His Excellency, the Grand Wazir of Cambodia, Abdul Ali Hakim.
Your Excellency.
The ceremonial Grisak.
God bless you.
Immediately.
At once, O noble Wazir.
It was considered grave insult to my country when Sacred Lion was allowed to escape. However, brave boy, wipe out insult and shall be rewarded. Now, which one of you brave boys found Lion?
Young Driggs here.
Krebs. Like hi, Waz. This is my good buddy, Dobie. He helped, too.
He's good. Step forward, both of you. First, we drink a toast to His Imperial Radiance, Prince Dumifan, Pearl of the Orient, Avenger of the East.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but my father doesn't allow me to drink alcoholic beverages.
Mine neither.
Oh, it's not alcohol. It's native drink of Cambodia. Grisak, what you would call milk.
Oh,
Is good, honest goat's milk, slightly aged for flavor. Now, brave boy, I give you highest honor of Cambodia, Order of Golden Dipper. With this order comes several ceremonial gifts symbolic of His Radiance's gratitude. The first will be a pound of red
rubies?
rhubarb from Royal Garden. Also a box of
Emeralds.
envelopes and stationery from Royal Stationery Store. And finally, we'll be given 1 dozen very large
We know, diapers from Royal Diapers.
No, diamonds.
Diamonds?
Yes, as soon as they are discovered in Cambodia. So far, we have been digging for 900 years. No luck, but very shortly. Congratulations, my boy. We shall meet again tomorrow at the zoo, at which time His Imperial Radiance shall present Sacred Lion to your city. That is, of course, if no one allows Lion to escape, in which case, no presentation, no oil treaty, no nothing.
Well, I'm sure there'll be no further trouble to Lion, Your Excellency.
This better not be. Wait, almost forgot. Is one more gift that comes along with Order of Golden Dipper. Most important of all.
I knew it. He was saving it for last.
Whoever holds Order of Golden Dipper, entitled to all free, slightly aged for flavor, goat's milk he can drink. Forever.
God bless you. Hey, Lion. Hey, it's me, your old buddy, Maynard, from the park. What's the matter? Don't you dig me no more? Hey, you're acting like a caged-up lion. Yeah, that's what you are, caged-up lion. Boy, Jailsville, all cooped up with people staring at you. No more running, no more jumping, no more hacking around the waterhole with them other lions. Yeah, if I was you, I'd be pretty much down the dumps, too. I had a duck once. He didn't like to be locked up either, so I let him go. And a baby alligator and a chipmunk, they all got let go. So how come you don't? Well, you ain't gonna stay penned up in there no more, you hear? No, sir. Any friend of Maynard G. Krebs ought to be as free as a bird, even if he's a lion. Yeah.
Maynard, does he remember you?
I think he's like trying to forget me.
Oh.
Hey, Dope, I got an idea.
I don't like it.
You haven't even heard it yet.
I don't have to. I know your ideas.
No, listen, have you ever thought about having a little pet? You know, that one we could like old partners on?
What kind of a pet?
Oh, you know, like a little dog or a cat or a chipmunk or a duck
Or a lion?
Good thinking. Yeah, if you want a lion for a pet, you can keep him in my room. My folks have been up there for years.
Maynard, people just don't go around stealing lions, especially when they're gifts from the Prince of Cambodia.
But he's such a very unhappy lion all scrunched up in that little bitty cage.
Maynard, that's an absurd, impossible, fantastic, ridiculous notion.
Dope, don't be bashful. Just come right out and say you don't like it.
I don't like it.
You don't?
No, Maynard, please. Just forget about the lion, okay?
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Dope, Can I borrow your father's truck tonight?
What for?
It's like an emergency.
An emergency?
My hi-fi's broke.
Oh yeah, sure, Maynard. The key's under the floor mat.
Thanks, Dobe. You're like a real human being.
Yeah. Thank you, Maynard.
Give me the police. Yes, the police department, quick. Hello? And this is Herbert T. Gillis of the Gillis Grocery Store, and I want to report a stolen truck. Sure, I'm sure. I just went out there in the alley, right out there where I always keep it, and it's stark empty. The alley! How do I know with the truck? The truck isn't there. Now, you listen to me. I am a taxpayer and a veteran with the Good Conduct Medal, and I demand that...
Dad, did you say truck?
Oh, I should have thought of that. All right, where's the truck?
Huh? Well,
Just a minute. I'll call back. It looks like an inside job. All right, boy, out with it. How many fenders did you smash? How many doors did you rip off?
No, Dad. It's nothing like that.
What?
Like, hi, Mr. Gillis. New looking truck you got out there.
Truck? Where?
Where?
Like there.
Where have you been with the truck? You almost got me into trouble.
I got a confession, Dope. My hi-fi's all right. At least it was last night. It's kind of squashed now.
Squashed?
Yeah, just where the lion sat on it.
The lion?
Yeah, my room was a little crowded, so I kind of had to change plans.
Maynard.
Yeah, me and the lion, we've been driving around all night.
Maynard, let me get this straight. You mean the lion in the truck?
Dobie! Come here, quick!
Dad, wait.
Wait, what? This is a rush order. Open the truck door for me.
Yeah, let me have those boxes, Dad. You're going to take a nice nap.
A nap? It's only 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea to take a nap before you get tired.
You are sick, boy. Now stop yammering and open the truck door.
Oh, the door's like glue, Mr. Gillis. See?
Oh, what's the matter with you characters? Look out. Do I have to do everything myself? Let go of me,
Dad,
Dobie. What
Dad.
is the matter with you? I don't know what it is.
Dad.
What's the matter?
Dad,
Have you
look.
flipped your trolleys or something? I'm
Dad,
trying
look.
to get groceries delivered here.
I'm only trying to save wear and tear on your poor old back. Come on, Maynard. Let's go. We can take these up in front. Bye, Dad.
Yeah, like bye-bye, Mr. Gillis.
8:30 and I'm a nervous wreck on it. Well, it's too chilly to stand around out here worrying about it.
Come on, Maynard.
What am I going to say, Dope? I'm like scared.
Just get Prince Dumafon on the phone and tell him you've got his lion.
The ringing.
Just confess the whole thing. Calmly.
Confess the whole thing calmly.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I'll confess the whole thing calmly.
Uh-huh.
I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Calmly.
Calmly.
I'll be all right.
Hello?
Blake, please don't lock me up. I'm innocent.
Come on, Maynard.
Hello.
This is Maynard G. Krebs.
Ah, yes, Mr. Krebs. What can I do for you?
Asked to speak to his radiance.
Could I speak to his radiator?
Maynard, radiance.
Radiance.
I'm sorry, Mr. Krebs. His radiance is still busy with his sociological survey. May I be of service?
Could I speak to the wazir then?
His Excellency the Wazir will not return until noon. He is out walking the royal poodles.
I'll phone back like later. He won't be back till noon.
Oh. Your truck?
Oh, yeah.
Well, get it out of here. It's in a loading zone.
Yes.
Now what are we going to do, Dope?
You've got no choice, Maynard. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Get rid of the lion. Yeah.
Okay, good buddy.
Good luck, Maynard.
Lion, I'm thinking. We gotta find a place to hide you till that Prince cat gets back. But where? Oh, I know. I'll call Zelda. She'll know where. Oh, yeah. Call Zelda.
Hi, man. What's the scene?
Like, hi, Riff. What were you doing in that phone booth?
That's no phone booth. That's like the front door to our far-out coffee house.
The inside at the outside?
What else?
Man, like it's pretty small, Riff.
Dig.
Oh, crazy.
Get the picture. You got creditors? You gotta play it cool? Be my guest.
Yeah, well, I got like a friend along, Riff.
Cuckoo. Any chum of yours will never be left outside at the inside of the outside.
Well, maybe I shouldn't mention this, but my friend's like a lion, you know?
Look, man, I don't care what he does for a living. Just so long as he's a cat.
Crazy. Get him.
Look like a live Prudence, customer's cousin.
Oh.
Table for two?
Man, this caffeine scene's a profound gas. Table for two, huh? Of course, gets a little mixed up during these 3-day sessions.
Cigars, cigarettes, catnip?
Like, no thanks.
Here you are. Nice, quiet table for two. Something not too near the orchestra. Got you covered. How's this? Nice, quiet deuce.
Hey, that's a real cool bongo.
The imp? Yeah, he swings. Well, if there's anything you want, just growl.
See, Lion? We're home free.
Like, excuse me, cats.
What gives, Daddy-O?
I don't want to bug you, but that cat's hot. You got to make like Mandrake.
Like, why?
Like friend Leo from Lionsville. He's like wanted. I mean, it's like posse time. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a definite split.
Like I don't dig.
Like Reed.
Sacred lion stolen from zoo. Like thief hunted. Like international incident threatened. Like entire police force alerted.
Like authorities promise quick and merciless punishment to the culprits, whoever they may be.
Man, like the bats in the fire.
Yeah, and the fuzz is in the foyer.
Police!
The boys in blue.
Rip, is there another way out of this pad?
Oh, you cats cool it. We'll like head them off at the pass. Come on, Tonto.
All right, who left that delivery truck out there?
Like what delivery truck?
Cigars, cigarettes.
No, thank you. The one in the alley.
Like what alley?
Like the alley outside.
Oh, man. This is the inside at the outside. We ain't got no outside here at the inside at the outside.
Like man, no.
Like out of my way. You with the furry chin.
Me, sir?
What's your name?
My name, sir?
Yeah, your name. What's the matter with you?
Me, sir? Nothing, sir.
Well, then sit up, boy, and tell me your name.
Krebs, sir. Maynard G, sir.
Is that your truck outside?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're gonna get yourself a little parking ticket, Krebs. Ordinance 208. Illegal overtime parking in a 5-minute loading zone. You delivery boys have been getting away with murder. You think all we got to do is... Hey!
We're wanted criminals.
Oh, hi, Maynard. What did the prince say when you gave his lion back to him?
Well, not much, though.
Oh, well, how do you explain that?
It's easy. I didn't give his lion back to him. He was still missing.
Maynard, get him out of here!
Why, is your father around?
No, we went to a lodge meeting, but we can't keep that animal in here.
Sure we can. He's got a very small appetite for a lion.
Maynard, enough is enough! Now, we... Get him out of here. Hide him.
Where are you going to hide a lion?
The truck.
It's too late.
The freezer.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty picture.
Yeah, just doing a little dusting.
Well,
Dad.
it's dustier down here. Get a broom, why don't you?
Dad, I thought you went to an important lodge meeting.
It was a very short meeting. Some lunkhead forgot to bring the cards.
Oh, Dad.
Get out of my way.
Anything I get you, Mr. Gillis?
Yes, there's something you can get me. You can get out of my way.
Dad.
Down at the meeting, I meet this Ogilvy, the meat packer, and I'm going to take some of that third-grade meat he's been palming off on me and shove it down his throat.
Meat?
Like in the
Yes.
freezer?
Well, it ain't like in a vegetable bin. Get out of my way.
Dad,
What's the matter with you? Willie! Hey, Buster, what do you think's taking him so long in there?
His Radiance has been doing extensive sociological research during his trip. He has just returned to the hotel.
Well, I hope they don't go too hard on him. After all, you know, they're not bad boys. That is, they're not bad boys.
Yeah, but they're no Paul Revere's either.
You realize these boys have just ruined a treaty that we've worked on for 5 years?
Well, what do you think they'll do to him?
That's for his Imperial Radiance to decide. It's his lion.
They don't call him Prince Dumathon the Avenger for nothing.
His Imperial Radiance, Prince Dumifan, Pearl of the Orient, Avenger of the East. O Pearl of the Orient, thy will shall be done.
The imp.
The imp?
Yeah, the Pharaoh bongo player from the inside at the outside.
What?
What say you, sire, O noble Avenger of the East?
The one with the beard is a cool cat. So leave him and his friends alone.
As you say, Radiance.
Oh, yes. While we're at it, we might as well sign that old oil treaty, too.
Your wish is my command, Radiance.
Like Ooba-Ba-Doo and Ooba-Ba-Dee. I played it cool with you, like, nah, man, don't cop out on me, huh?
Well, everything turned out fine. The lion, well, he's on his way back to Embodia. The imp, that is, his Imperial Radiance, promised Maynard they'd let the lion loose in his own jungle. The Washington boys, well, they got their oil contract. Me? I got the keys to the truck taken away from me for letting Maynard use it. And Maynard, what did he get? Well, he got a liking for goat's milk, slightly aged for flavor.
Words, which we will call, Whither Are We Drifting?
Whither are we drifting?
Yes, Mr. Gillis, whither? By the time a young person is ready to graduate from high school, he should have some inkling of the direction his life is going to take. But as I look out at your smiling, vacant faces, the mind boggles when I consider that from among you must come our future statesmen, scientists, philosophers, thinkers.
You rang?
Our teacher, Mr. Pomfret's a pretty decent fella. For a teacher, that is. He actually teaches us kids how to think. I mean, take something like this, Whither Are We Drifting jazz. When we started here at Central High School 4 years ago, we would have hollered and screamed and carried on like crazy if a teacher stuck us with an assignment like that. But now...
And the assignment must be turned in by next Tuesday. Oh, please, now, a simple groan would have been sufficient.
Mr. Pomfret, sir, do you have to keep slapping us with homework? We're almost like ready to graduate.
What difference does it make, Maynard? You never did your homework even when you weren't like almost ready to graduate.
I know, but it's like the principle of the thing. I don't even know if I want to graduate. I've been happy here at Central High School with you, Mr. Pomfret, sir.
Thank you, Maynard. I'm deeply touched.
My 3 years in the 12th grade have been like the best I ever spent.
Maynard. Mr. Pomfret, you mean you want us to write about what we're going to be? Doctors, lawyers, scientists, sheet metal workers, like that?
Well, that's only part of it, Dobie. I want you to tell me what you expect out of life. For example, Betty Jean Milhausen, what do you want out of life?
A fella.
No, I mean, whither are you drifting?
Well, any place where they got fellas.
Can't you be a little more specific, Miss Milhausen?
What's a specific?
Go to it, Miss Milhausen. Find yourself a fella. And now, class, what I want these essays to tell me is what kind of life you expect to lead, what goals you hope to attain, what horizons you expect to reach. Now, I hope the assignment is clear, perfectly clear.
Do we have to do it?
You have to do it, Maynard.
It's clear.
Whither are we drifting? Sounds like an easy question, doesn't it? Well, it is easy until you have to answer it. I pondered and thought and racked my head. But it was Maynard who came up with an idea.
Hey, let's go to the movies.
Now, I'm trying to answer a question about our whole life, and you talk about the movies.
Yeah, let's get out of the Bijou before the prices change.
No, Maynard.
They're showing The Monster Who Devoured Cleveland.
No, Maynard.
Second feature is Attila and His Merry Men.
No, Maynard.
Third feature is Space Tennis.
No, Maynard.
Fourth feature is John
Maynard.
Dillinger, American. The fifth, sixth, and seventh features is Gone with the Wind.
Maynard, we are not going to the movies. I've got an essay to write. You've got an essay to write. Whither are we drifting?
I don't know whither we are drifting. I don't even know what it means.
It means where are we going?
To the movies.
No, Maynard, we're not going to the movies. We're going to sit right there and think.
Like that naked cat?
Exactly.
We'll get arrested.
We'll keep our clothes on.
Good, it's like chili.
Now sit right here and think.
Like this?
Yeah, that's about right.
You know, this thinking business is pretty new for me.
I know.
You sure it'll work?
Try, Maynard, try. Got anything?
Yeah. A backache.
Maynard, stop eating and listen to me.
Sure, Dope, have a peanut.
Not now, Maynard. Now listen. We've got to put in some heavy brain work on this essay, Whither Are We Drifting? I mean, we'll be graduating from high school soon. We've got to have some kind of plan.
Why?
Because you can't just stumble blindly through life, that's why.
You're wrong, Dope. There's nothing else you can do. I mean, whenever you want to make a plan, they won't let you do it anyhow.
Who won't?
They won't.
Who's they?
You know them, your mother, your father, them teacher cats at school.
No, Maynard, you're taking the cowardly way out, blaming somebody else. If there's something you really want to do, nobody will stand in your way.
Dope.
We're the captains of our destiny, the masters of our fate.
Dope.
If you want to do something, go ahead and do it, and nothing can stop you.
Dope.
What is it, Maynard?
There's one thing that can stop us.
No, there isn't. Yes, there is. Hi, Officer Dugan.
Like, hi.
Hi. I've been following you boys for 12 blocks.
Yep, it's us, all right.
Yeah.
Who else would it be? Except the cast of a jungle movie with that trail of peanut shells.
Maynard.
Now, look, you've been cluttering up the sidewalk, obstructing traffic, and ruining the looks of our fair city. Now, what do you got to say for yourselves?
Well,
Care for a peanut?
I'm going to give you a warning citation.
Maynard, I begged you 1,000 times, don't throw shells in the street.
Hey, you boys can't sit on that bench.
Huh?
It's just been painted.
Like, uh-oh.
Now, don't let it happen again, or the street cleaners will ride you out of town on a broom.
Yes, sir, Officer Dugan. Come on, Maynard, we'll go over to the park.
Halt.
Yeah.
The park's closed on account of a picnic.
Oh, then we'll go over to the playground.
Yeah.
Halt. The playground's closed for construction work.
Oh, well, gee, where can we go?
Well, wherever you please. It's a free country.
Oh.
Make sure you break no park rule, city
Yes, sir.
ordinance, state law,
Yes, sir.
federal regulation, or get in my way.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Or the sergeant's. Now, he's touchy.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
Dobe, I'm getting dizzy. You're like a real human being, Officer Dugan.
Uh-huh.
Glad to be of help, boys.
Thank you, sir.
But don't let me catch you hanging around on street corners or I'll have to run you in.
See what I mean about plans? Whenever you want to do something, one of them sneaks up behind you and pulls out the rug from underneath you.
Oh, I gotta admit you got a point, Maynard. But look at it this way. We'll be out of school pretty soon and people will stop telling us what to do. We'll have to make our own decisions. Then what happens?
What happens? Man, you're joshing. I'll sleep till noon, eat nothing but donuts, and spend the rest of my life in a record store.
It's a beautiful dream, Maynard.
Yeah, ain't it? Sleep, donuts, and jazz. Who could ask for anything more?
You could. You will.
I will?
Of course you will. Remember a few years ago when you wanted a pony so bad? That's all you wanted in the whole world, a pony. Do you still want a pony, Maynard?
A pony, Dobe? That's kid stuff.
Yeah, and the next year you spent 6 months building a racing car out of a soapbox and 2 pairs of roller skates. Boy, how proud you were of that racing car. Where is it now, Maynard?
How should I know? It's like I say, that's kid stuff.
Yeah, and then there was a summer you built the treehouse. Then you raised guppies. Then you walked on stilts. Then you played marbles. Marbles, man, I bet you had 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
All right, Maynard, how about the marbles, the stilts, the guppies, and the treehouse now? Still interested?
Me? Are you kidding? I'm like a grown man. I got like a beard.
Aha.
Uh-huh, what?
Aha, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You outgrew the marbles and the stilts, and you'll outgrow the jazz.
Me outgrow jazz? You gotta be kidding. Jazz is my whole life. I'm a member of the beat generation.
Oh, knock it off.
Sure I am, Dobe. Look at me. I'm a real protest cat.
Maynard, you don't even know what the beat generation is.
Oh, don't I?
All right, what does beat mean?
Well, it's... Well, anyhow, I know what generation means.
What?
It means it's, Can I go back to beat, Dobe?
Maynard, you're no beatnik. You're just a guy who grew a beard so he could sit on the floor and listen to jazz.
Yeah, Thelonious Monk, Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis, Gloria Wood.
Pretty soon you'll get tired of that game, too. The beard, the jazz, the sloppy clothes. Just like you got tired of the guppies and the stilts and the marbles.
You mean I'll outgrow it?
That's what I mean.
You mean I'll be like a grown-up?
You'll be like a grown-up.
Dobe?
Yeah?
I don't like it.
See, I've already done some writing on this essay. My name and the date. But I still don't know whither we are drifting. I mean, here we are minding our own business, and we find ourselves fouled up like this. And it isn't even our fault.
It's the fault of our fathers and mothers and parents.
True, Maynard, but they're not really so bad. I mean, they got their problems, too.
Yeah, I guess so. My father must have problems. On account he cries a lot.
He does?
Yeah, especially when he sees me. I wonder why.
No offense, Maynard, but if you were your father and saw you, what would you do?
Cry.
No offense.
Well, it could have been worse.
Oh? How?
What if I'd been a girl? With this beard and these clothes, then he has something to cry about, huh?
Yeah, Maynard, let's get back to whither are we drifting.
Do we have to?
We have to. Now, the way I look at it, we're in this mess on account of our parents. You see, the trouble with parents is that all they ever teach us is fun and games, and then all of a sudden playtime's over. Whither are you drifting, they say. Shape up, young fella. Life is real. Life is earnest. Well, sure it's real. Sure it's earnest. But why did they wait so long to tell us?
Well, how could they tell us any sooner? We were too young.
We're still too young. Why are we still too young?
Why, Dobe?
Because they kept us young. They didn't let us grow up. They protected us. They coddled us.
They pushed us around pretty good, too.
It's all part of the same thing, Maynard. It's like when you had a little dog when you were a kid. You hug it and squeeze it and tickle its belly, but every once in a while you give it a slap on the nose, too. Well, that's what they've done, Maynard. Made pets of us.
That's a crummy trick.
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, their hearts were in the right place. They wanted us to have all the advantages. They wanted to keep us safe and warm and protect us from the cruel world. And maybe that's a good thing. I mean, remember when we studied child labor in the Industrial Revolution last year in history?
I flunked, Dobe.
Well, anyhow, little kids used to go to work in factories when they were 4 years old, and they suffered and died and never had any childhood at all. So our parents, being civilized and all that, wanted to make sure we had a childhood. They just didn't know when to stop is all. I mean, they keep treating you like a kid year after year, and then one day they turn around and say, stop acting like a kid.
It don't seem fair.
Well, maybe that's the first lesson. Life isn't fair.
And you know something else that ain't fair?
What?
The size of these bags. I'm all out of donuts.
Maynard, I get the feeling you like donuts.
Yeah, and they're like stuff with vitamins, too.
Hello, Dobie, Maynard.
Oh, hi, Mr. Pomfrey.
Hi, Mr. Pomfret, sir.
Now, how are you boys coming along on your essays?
Like miserable.
We don't know where to start.
Well, you might begin by writing some ideas about your future work.
Work!
Is that always his response when he hears the word work?
Work!
Does that answer your question, sir? Mm-hmm. Mr. Pomfret, what kind of employment do you think we ought to start thinking about?
Good buddy. You don't have to protect me by using them 4-bit words. I know what employment means, and I can take it. It means work. Work!
Why fight it?
Yeah.
All right, boys. What sort of employment is most interesting to you?
How about something in the executive line?
Oh, good thinking, Maynard. There's a big demand for 18-year-old executives, especially with beards.
No, we just can't sit around doing nothing. Hey, can we?
No, Maynard. You have to find jobs.
Hey, Dobe, you can get a job in your father's store.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, a fellow likes to make it on his own.
Besides, your father wouldn't pay you.
True.
So what can we do?
I don't know. Get a job in a gas station?
Too dirty.
Factory?
Too noisy.
Construction gang?
Too hard.
You know something, boys?
What, sir?
Somehow I get a slight hint that you don't really want to work.
Work!
Darn it, he's got me doing it.
Yeah, Mr. Pomfret, aren't we getting all worried up too soon? I mean, before we start figuring out what we're going to do, we'll probably get drafted.
Drafted!
Maynard, please, save that for work.
Work!
Well, now, the Army is an important factor in your futures, of course.
Yeah.
But when you get out, you're right back where you started and a couple of years older.
What's the problem? When we get out of the Army, we'll just sit back and collect our pensions the rest of our lives.
Maynard, we won't get pensions for one hitch.
Details.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Pomfret, I don't suppose there's much chance of us getting into a good college.
Yeah, let's go to college and wear raccoon coats and swing with them frat cats. Like Rob, like Rob.
A commendable goal, Maynard, but don't forget, for every seat in every American college, there are 10 applicants.
10 kids in one seat? Oh, man, that could be like too comfortable.
No, Maynard, only one gets in, which means you have to be a top-notch student if you want to go to college.
Well, that's me out.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah.
No offense.
No offense.
No, boys, you're giving up too easily. Now, if you really want to go to college, just apply yourselves. You can do it.
Me, Mr. Pomfret?
Of course.
Me too, Mr. Pomfret, sir?
Who knows? After all, it's the age of miracles.
Hey, I got like a better idea. Don't graduate from high school. Keep flunking.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd like it.
No.
I got like another idea.
What?
When we finish this high school, we change our names and start all over at another one.
Maynard, I think the donuts have reached your brain.
Hey, Dobe, what are we worried about the future for?
What do you mean?
I know where we can get the answer, and cheap, too. Come on. Yeah, come on.
This is where you're going to find out about the future?
Sure, Dobe, and only a penny.
Maynard.
Oh, boy. You weigh 145 pounds, are inclined to make friends easily, and inclined to put things off. That's me, all right, Dobe. How do these machines know all that stuff?
Brain power, Maynard. Brain power.
Yeah, brain power. Hey, Dobe, where's your father?
On the delivery. Why?
Oh, well, 'cause he's like faster than you are. Maynard! Hey, Dobe, looky. The new Teenage Gazette. Yeah. Hey, Dobe, how about this?
How about what?
The letter in the magazine. Dear editor, in these troubled times of which we are now undergoing, I can't think of no one who would unite the world and make everybody good friends like Elvis Presley for president. Signed, Elvis Reuter. Hey, how about that, though? This cat's name is Elvis, too. Elvis Reuter.
Yeah, Maynard, it means he roots for Elvis.
Hey, maybe this answer for us. Politics.
For politics. We can't even vote.
So who's gonna vote? Well, just run.
Run?
Yeah. Friends and fellow Americans, the situation is indeed a grave.
Maynard, there's no A, just grave.
Yeah, just grave. And friends and fellow Americans, I promise that if elected, I will serve the people without fear or flavor.
Maynard, that's favor.
Yeah, making speeches, kissing babies, getting my picture in the paper, debating on TV, and then when it's all over, I do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States. And then move into the White House. Man, what a swinging pad. And I get to sleep in Lincoln's bed.
Yeah.
He's out of it, ain't he, Dobe?
Yeah, he's out of it, Maynard. With you in it, he's well out of it.
Yeah, and then I walk along and them Secret Service cats follow me, and all the big shots come up, tip the hats and say, "Good morning, Mr. President. What are we going to do about inflation? Good morning, Mr. President. What are we going to do about Russia? Good morning, Mr. President. What are we going to do about China?" Inflation? Russia? China? Dobe?
Huh?
I do not choose to run.
Maynard, on behalf of America and the free world, thank you.
Hey, look at these real-life adventure magazines. I was a grizzly bear for 6 months. Hey, Dope.
No, Maynard, we can't be grizzly bears. We gotta be fellas and grow up.
Yeah. Hey, these real-life adventure magazines are pretty cool, and there's so many of them. Look. I was 4 inches from death. I was 3.5 inches from death. I was 2 7/8 inches from death. I was dead.
Maynard, why do you keep clowning? We got problems.
That's why I keep clowning, good buddy.
Maynard, that essay's due tomorrow. Now, we've got to be brave and face up to it. The future's closing in on us.
Dope, I don't mind facing something that's got a face to face me back with, but this future, Jazz, has got no face. It's just kind of like a big, dark, damn, scary blob. If the future wants me, it's gonna have to come and find me.
Oh, things aren't as bad as all that. I mean, there's a bright side, too.
Like what?
Like girls.
Oh, no, sir, not me. Negative. I'll never have a girl. Never.
You used to say you'd never get off your stilts.
You mean there's a time come on I'll really and truly want a girl?
Maynard, don't you dig love?
What do I know about love?
Oh, come on, Maynard. Lots of people love you.
Like who?
Like your father and mother.
They got no choice.
I love you.
You got no choice either. You're hooked.
Me? How?
Look, Dope, I'm not exactly easy to love. I mean, take a look at me. I'm like a mess. I mean, if somebody wants to love me, they got like a lot of obstacles to climb over. Like true?
Like true.
It's like climbing over a real high fence, kind of. It's hard. But once you get over that big old fence, it's even harder to climb back. It's like easier to stay in there loving me than to bust out.
Maynard, I won't stand here and let you run yourself down. It just so happens that you're one of the most truly lovable guys in the whole world.
Not half as lovable as you.
Oh, come on, Maynard.
True, Dope. Why, I bet if there was a lovable contest, you'd win it in a breeze.
Oh, I'd come in second, maybe.
No, first. First by a country mile. Oh, Dope. It's a slug.
Well, maybe first by a few feet, not a country mile.
Okay, but first.
You know what? I think we probably tie.
Maybe you're right. I mean, we're both so doggone lovable.
Okay, that's a good. Maybe my future won't be such a problem after all. My immediate future, that is. I may be back in high school next year because I may flunk English, because I've not written an essay on Whither Are We Drifting, because I don't know.
And so, when I ask myself, whither am I drifting, I must answer, into the future, forward, because that's where the future is. Perhaps I will work in an office where there will be lots of fellas, or perhaps I will go to college, coeducational, of course, because fellas go there too. Or perhaps I will go forward into marriage, because there's sure to be a fellow there. I thank you.
Thank you, Miss Milhausen. I don't know whether to give you a grade or shower you with rice.
I'll take the rice.
Good thinking. The next essay will be that of Courage Class, Maynard G. Krebs.
Whither I Am Drifting, an essay in not less than 250 words by Maynard G. Krebs. When I decided to write Whither Am I Drifting, I decided to write it in the midst of the surroundings in which I was brought up in, whither I have drifted from. So I went into the backyard where my father wishes I would spend more time anyhow, and I sat down to write my essay next to my old dog, Spot. Spot is a wonderful old dog who is smarter than most people, even me. But Spot has one bad habit. He chews up things. He chews up tires. He chews up old shoes. He chews up rags. He chews up...
Pity, Mr. Krebs. A literary masterpiece down the drain, so to speak. The next essay will... Dobie Gillis, you don't happen to have a dog, do you?
No, sir. I don't have an essay either.
May one ask why not?
Mr. Pomfret, what do I know about my future? Nothing. What am I prepared for? Nothing. People used to say to me, what are you going to be when you grow up? And I'd say, I don't know. Well, I'm grown up. At least that's what people say. And the answer's still the same. I don't know.
I see. Well, doesn't it scare you a little, Dobie, being so unsure of the future?
Scare me? No. I'd like to know, of course, but I don't think I'm scared exactly. After all, look at all the people who grew up. I wouldn't say they're any smarter than me. No offense.
No offense. So, Dobie, you have no idea what the future holds and still It doesn't frighten you.
No, confused a little. In fact, confused a lot. But frightened? No, no. You see, I keep thinking about a treehouse I had when I was a kid.
A treehouse? Why?
Well, I used to sit up there in the springtime and watch a nest of robins. Every day, Mama Robin used to come home with a worm for the little ones. She'd break it in pieces and feed them all. But one day she came home without a worm. There they were, all the little robins chipping and chirping and begging for food, but Mama just kicked them out of the nest. So what did they do? They flew. Well, sir, I guess it's the same with me. When the time comes, I'll just fly, that's all. I don't know how, but I'll do it, I guess. Well, anyhow, seeing as how I don't know anything about the future, I just couldn't write that essay.
Dobie, my boy, not only have you written that essay, but I'm going to give you an A on it.
Huh?
And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to give myself an A, too. Now, if there's one thing I want you to carry out of this class, it's confidence in yourselves. Not cockiness, not an arrogant feeling that you know all the answers, but quiet, solid confidence that no matter what challenge the future brings, you can find within yourselves the resources to meet it.
Me too?
Even you, Maynard. Now, you've had a good upbringing, all of you. You've got a great heritage behind you. Freedom, initiative, and the questing spirit that built this land. And now, in the final weeks of your high school lives, your gruff old teacher would like to get just a little misty. I'm proud of you, kids, for two reasons. First, because you know the road ahead is not going to be easy. And second, because you're not afraid to travel it. All right. Class, dismissed. Well, didn't you hear me? Class dismissed.
Mr. Pomfret, we always go to the malt shop after class.
Yes?
Could we buy you a drink?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, my young barbarians. Let's go.
Your behavior.
Overwhelmed?
Yeah, but I see Mr. Pomfret in here, so I'm over being whelmed. Yeah. Today, my young barbers...
Maynard, that's barbarian.
Yeah, barbarian. Today we'll discuss the famous music of them famous musical cats, Beethoven, Brahms, and Thelonious Monk. Lie quiet, like here. Lie quiet. Please turn to page 208 in your textbooks, and we'll dig into what them long hairs were talking about. Now, my young unemployables, are like two kinds of music in this whole world. Bad music and jazz.
And Lawrence Welk.
Hi, Mr. Pomfret.
Like, sit down, Maynard. Horsing around like that. I suppose you didn't do your homework either.
Of course not, sir. I want to get an A.
What do you mean you want to get an A?
I mean, like Dobie got when he didn't turn his essay in.
Maynard.
I'll settle for a B. C? D?
You're getting warm.
F.
You got it, Maynard.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Pomfret, sir. You were all heart.
I think so.
Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamer at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
Got a
auditorium. Boy, what an evening we'll have, huh?
We better have. I'm blowing my whole month's allowance to pay for it.
Ah, you're a real human being, Zelda. But why are you doing all this? I mean, I know I'm charming and debonair and witty, but aren't you overdoing things a little?
Correction. You are not charming, debonair, and witty. You are callow, rough-hewn, and uncultured. But I love you, and I'm stuck with you.
Zelda, no offense, but it's been a long time since I've seen your picture in anybody's locker.
True. We're a pair of real dogs, and that's why we've got to work together to save you from becoming a bum.
Zelda.
Lectures, concerts, sharpening your mind. These are the things we've got to do.
Like, hi, Dope.
Oh,
hey, let's go downtown and watch that fellow toss flapjacks in the window. Come on.
He'll do no such thing. We're going to a lecture so
Zelda.
he can improve his mind.
Sure, Zelda. And then we watch them knock down the old courthouse building. They got one of them big iron ball contraptions down there that goes wham, smash, right into the wall.
Maynard.
Dobie, your only chance to make somebody of yourself is to associate with superior minds, attend debates, discussions, conferences.
They got a fellow at the park that can lift up a whole block of cement with his teeth. He goes,
Wrench your mind into creative action. Do, achieve, think.
Dobie,
So what's wrong with being a good, loyal friend? I mean, girls and shows and parties are a dime a dozen. But a friend like Maynard comes along only once in a lifetime. Just my luck, it has to be my lifetime. Maynard, please, I'm trying to finish my history homework.
Your homework?
Sure, I've got to get this... Oh, I'm sorry, Maynard. Our homework.
Stick with me, Dope. I'll get you through that course yet.
Sure, Maynard.
Hey, who's that funny-looking character?
Oh, it's a picture of one of the statues they build in those European cathedrals. They're called gargoyles.
Oh, no, Dope. Gargoyles, them fancy checkered socks some fellas wear.
Maynard, those are argyles. This is a gargoyle, this creepy, spooky-looking, bug-eyed monster.
Hi-ho, chaps.
Oh, hi, Chatsworth.
Like, hi, Chatsy.
The name, you low-born ragamuffin, is Chatsworth Osborne Jr. I was named after my father.
Oh, what's his name?
I say, Gillis, baby, are you still interested in playing tennis at the North Shore Golf, Tennis, and Coupon Clipping Club?
Boy, am I.
Well, good. Yesterday, between sets, I ordered the membership committee to consider your application for use of the court.
Gee, thanks, Chatsworth. Do you really think they'll take me in?
Of course. I told them that although you spring from peasant stock, it is sturdy, honest peasant stock. So naturally, on my say-so, you will be accepted forthwith.
Chatsworth, you're a truly great American.
Yes, I am, rather.
You're 100%, Chatsy. We're going to get a kick out of playing over there.
Mm-hmm.
We?
Yeah, they threw me off them public courts. Something about my clothes. Oh, boy, yeah, like...
Or, Gillis, baby, does this unkempt oaf actually expect to join in our games and sports?
Like, ping.
Well, you see, Maynard kind of goes where I go.
Yeah, I stick to him like glue. Like,
He's not much trouble, honest.
Like, smash.
Gillis, baby, I must add that the membership committee hasn't quite made up its mind yet. And it may never.
Like, slam.
Chatsworth!
Like, slam. Ooh, like, well played, old niblick. Hey, what happened? Where's our good buddy Chatsy?
Oh, Oh, never mind, Maynard. We don't need him.
Right, good buddy. We don't need anybody. It's you and me, Dope. Just you and me forever.
I'm afraid so, Maynard.
Good day, class. Is there anyone in this class who's failed to do his homework? Besides Maynard Krebs, I mean.
Mr. Pomfrey, that's like unfair. You're all the time saying I didn't do my homework without asking me first.
You're right, of course, Maynard. I had no business jumping to conclusions. Forgive me.
You're like forgiven.
Thank you.
You're like welcome.
Have you done your homework?
Like no.
Like I didn't think so. Now, having made this little jaunt into the Twilight Zone, can we return to my original question? Is there anyone else in this class who's failed to do his homework? Mr. Gillis?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm surprised, Mr. Gillis. You've been very conscientious in your work these last weeks before graduation. You have a good excuse, I presume.
Yes, sir. You see, I was doing fine on the homework until... No, sir. No excuse.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'm going to have to give you and Mr. Krebs an extra assignment. A 300-word essay on the European cathedrals and their gargoyles.
Hey, that's not fair, Mr. Pomfrey, sir. Who can write 300 words about a pair of checkered socks?
Maynard, that's argyle. Mr. Pomfret, I'll make sure Maynard really puts his mind to it.
Good luck. Now, class, we are moving from a study of European history to our own history, and a stirring saga it is. Now, please turn to the opening section of your textbooks, The Winning of the West. Zelda Gilroy, what is the essential point made in this chapter?
The trek across the deserts and plains to reach the Pacific was one of the great cooperative efforts in all history. The strong aided the weak and helpless, and this often led to their own destruction. Many of these intrepid explorers could have reached safety had they traveled alone. But no. Instead, these brave souls sacrificed themselves to help their weaker companions.
Yes, history is full of terrifying examples of strong, brave men who were slowed down and eventually destroyed by their loyalty to a friend who was weak, helpless, incompetent, inept.
You rang?
Be sure you pick me up right on time. Professor Clendening begins his lecture promptly at 8.
Right, Zelda. I wouldn't miss the old prof for anything.
Contact with outstanding minds. The only way to sharpen your own mind.
Right.
You'll shape up into a man yet, Poopsie.
Zelda!
Stretch your brain, discipline it, bend it to your purpose by keeping it trim and hard and practiced.
Right.
Don't let it go flabby by allowing it to associate with inferior, shoddy intellect.
Right. I just remembered. Is it all right if I get to the lecture a little late, like a couple hours?
What? What could be more important than kicking your mind into success? What? What?
Well, you see...
What is it, boy?
Well...
Aha! I see it now. It's got something to do with Maynard.
Well...
Hasn't it?
Well...
Hasn't it?
I promised him I'd watch a television program with him tonight.
You're going to waste your time on an inferior brain like Maynard and let your own brain go to pot. That does it.
But it's a spooky television show, and Maynard gets scared when he's alone.
Look, Dobie, Maynard is a sweet, loyal boy, but he's a hopeless case, and if you keep hanging around with him, that's exactly what you're going to be.
But when he gets scared, he gets goosebumps, and they're very unhealthy.
Dobie, the time has come to make up your mind. Either you give up Maynard or Soup Kitchens, here you come.
Hi-ho, playmates. Clear the fairway. The Wizard of the Links is here.
Oh, hi, Chatsworth.
Bye, Dobie-Doo. I'm on my way to the club.
Chatsworth, have you heard anything about my application for the club?
Oh, I have been meaning to talk to you about that, Gillis baby. Under the circumstances, the membership committee has decided to delay its decision for a short time. Perhaps 20 or 30 years.
Under the circumstances? Under what circumstances?
Well, I don't like to mention names, but his initials are Maynard G. Krebs.
Oh, now, just a minute, Chatsworth. Just a darn minute. If you're turning me down because I'm a friend of Maynard's, then I sure as heck never want to come to your club. Never. Nothing could make me drop Maynard as a friend. He's weak and helpless. He needs me.
The strong aided the weak and helpless, and this often led to their own destruction. Many of these intrepid explorers could have reached safety had they traveled alone. But no. Instead, these brave souls sacrificed themselves to help their weaker companions.
Mush on, good buddy. You can make it alone across this like arid desert and great plains without helpless, hopeless, incompetent, inept me.
I'll never leave you, Maynard. Here, there's a few drops left in my canteen.
You gotta go along without me, dear friend, or you will suffer the same fate as them other insipid pioneers.
Maynard, that's intrepid.
Yeah, intrepid.
Here, you've got to drink it.
No, dear friend, you've got to drink it. Go ahead.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Nope. Water. Good buddy. Dear friend. Brave pioneer.
Farewell, dear friend.
You would have made it without me. Oh, what a no-good brat am I. What a no-good rat am I. Oh, what a no-good rat am I. Good afternoon. I'll be with you
No, it's only you, Maynard. Maynard, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You know, I never say it's only you, Maynard, anymore.
And go ahead and say it, Mr. G. All I am is only you, Maynard.
You mean you want me to say it's only you, Maynard?
Sure.
Sure?
I like insist.
Okay. Oh, it's... No, I can't go through with it. Dobie ain't home yet. Grab yourself a handful of donuts and sit down someplace. A small handful.
I don't want to talk to Dobie, Mr. G. I want to, talk to you.
Like me?
Yeah.
Like, what's Dobie done? What kind of trouble's he in now?
Oh, it ain't nothing like that. I want to talk to you, Mr. G, because you're a man of the world, aren't you?
Well, yes.
I mean, you've been around.
Well, yes.
And you know the answers to a lot of things.
Well, yes.
So I want to ask your advice.
Well, no.
You gotta listen to me, Mr. G. It's like a matter of life and death.
Oh?
Or maybe both.
Okay, shoot. I'm used to listening. I'm married.
I want to ask you advice about these two cats, see.
You
they're
and
like
Dobie?
friends. Me and Dobie? No, not me and Dobie. No. See, they're not exactly real people.
And they're not exactly real people, huh?
No, it's like a made-up story. You know what they call a hypocritical case.
Maynard, that's hypothetical, I think.
Yeah, a hypothetical, I think. Yeah, well, anyhow, one of these hypothetical, I think, cats is like clean-cut, lovable, and upstanding.
Check.
And the other fella's kind of ragged, draggy, and ill-couth.
Check.
He's not real ill-couth, just kind of ill-couth. He's not all bad, this other fella. He's got a good heart, and he's loyal and trustworthy. But this ill-couth fella, he's kind of a drag on the clean-cut, lovable, upstanding cat. I mean, he's like, keeps him from moving up in the world like he ought to. I mean, he like holds him down like an anchor because he's weak and helpless.
The low-down rat?
Yeah, the low-down rat.
A guy like that is a disgrace.
Like right.
There ought to be a law against him.
Like right.
He ought to be punched in the nose and run out of town.
Like right. Like right?
Like right.
But what if this ill-couth fella?
Let's just call him the slob.
Good thinking. But what if the slob gives up the clean-cut, lovable...
Let's just call him our hero, huh?
Good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where were we?
We were right where the slob was going to give up our clean, upstanding young hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What if he did?
Did what?
Gave him up.
Gave who up?
The slob.
That would be the most wonderful thing this ill-couth slob could do, and would prove that underneath that rough exterior beat a heart as big as all outdoors.
Yeah.
It's like in that old movie I saw on television the other night, see? Betty Grable and Dan Daly, and they're a dancing act, see? Well, she's really got the stuff to go places, but he's just kind of a fair to middling huffer. And they do this dance together, see? And he kind of goes... But when she does it, oh, man, she really puts it out there, boy, and she goes like this, see? Oh, and he knows that she's head and shoulders over him, see? So he wants her to leave him so that she can become a big star with her name up in lights on Broadway.
You're right, Mr. G.
Always willing to lend a helping hand.
Now I know what to tell my hypothetical, I think, cat.
Mm-hmm.
There's just one road to take. Just one.
Maynard, take that road over there. That road leads to the trash cans in the alley.
You're all heart, Mr. G.
Oh, if I'd only known what peculiar things were going on behind my back. Boy. I mean, Maynard was cooking up a scheme. And when Maynard starts to cook, everybody winds up in the soup.
Dope, if you don't leave me behind and like zoom onwards and upwards in this world, I'm gonna hold my breath.
Maynard, what's the matter with you?
And when I hold my breath, I turn purple.
Maynard.
I don't mean just red. Anybody can turn red. I turn purple.
Maynard, cut that out. I'm not gonna give you up under any circumstances. You're my friend, and I'm stuck with you. Gonna stick with you.
Dope, you're always doing things for me, and I never do nothing for you.
That isn't true. You do plenty of things for me.
Name one.
One, I'll name a bunch. You tell me when my shoelaces are untied. You come over and wake me up at 6 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday morning just to remind me there's no school. Did I mention the shoelaces?
Yeah, Dope.
All right, so you don't do too much for him. A man doesn't pick his friends because they do things for him.
I do things for you if you ask me, Dope. Honest, I would.
Sure you would, Maynard.
I swim across the Algonquin River for you.
Sure, Maynard.
I swim across Milford Lake for you.
I know.
I swim across the English Channel for you.
Maynard.
I swim across the Atlantic Ocean. I swim across
please.
the Pacific Ocean.
Maynard.
I swim across the North Pole, and that ain't easy because it's all ice and ain't even water.
Maynard, enough! We don't have to do things for each other. We're friends, and that's all there is to it.
I'm not a friend. I'm an anchor that's like holding your back.
No, Maynard.
I'm a weight around your neck.
Maynard, no.
I'm a drag.
Maynard, please.
Hold on, I got two more words. I'm a roadblock, I'm an obstacle.
Maynard, stop that. We're friends, and we're gonna stay friends.
Dope, let's hate each other. It's better for you.
Maynard, cut that out.
You want to prove you're really a friend?
Of course.
Then hate me.
Oh, Maynard.
Please?
No, Maynard.
Well, I'm like a miserable failure. I can't even talk my best friend into hating me.
What do you mean it didn't work? When Herbert T. Gillis gives advice, it don't dare not to work.
Those hypothetical I think cats try it, but nothing happened, Mr. G. I mean, the hero wouldn't let go of the slob.
Well, that's because the hero was too loyal and upstanding and true. It's like in that picture with Betty Grable and Dan Daly, see? She didn't want to give him up until Dan Daly made her do it.
How'd he do that, Mr. G?
Well, by being mean and rotten and pretending that he didn't want her anymore.
Like mean?
Like mean.
Like rotten?
Like rotten.
Like mean and rotten?
Like mean and rotten.
Maynard, you were supposed to meet me before class so we could do your history homework.
Like flake off square.
Now, flake off square?
You heard me, Cube. You're like too oblong from me.
Maynard, what kind of a crazy stunt is this? Now, come on, let's get that work done.
Oh, your mother listens to Lawrence Welk records.
Maynard!
Man, I'm like fed up with hanging around with a cat that ain't got like a single sweatshirt to his name.
Maynard, stop this. Now, look.
Oh, cut out, Junior. I got like no time to waste on a cat like you that ain't with it.
Maynard?
Look, like zoom off, boy, huh?
Maynard, will you quit behaving like this?
Good day, class. Now, we got a lot of ground to cover today. We've got a lot of ground to... We had a lot of ground to cover today. Anyway, let's get started at once. Maynard Krebs, who was the famous patriot who said, "I regret I have but one life to give for my country"? And don't try to get help from Dobie.
From who?
From your friend, Dobie Gillis.
He ain't no friend of mine. I mean, I got better friends than square oddballs like him. I mean, man, who needs a creep like that?
Maynard? Will the real Maynard G. Krebs please stand up?
That's me, Mayor G. Krebs. I picked my own friends, and he sure ain't one of them.
Truly, we live in a time of change.
Ever heard of togetherness? Well, Maynard was out to prove that it's as obsolete as the horse and buggy. And he darn near convinced me.
So the gold rush of 1849 can therefore be considered the beginning of the opening of the West. You see,
Oh, hi, Maynard. Zelda's working with me on my history homework. Here, sit down. We could both use help.
Oh, get lost. I got no time for books and studies and all that.
Maynard?
Maynard.
I'm a protest cat, and it's cats like you I'm protesting against. Yeesh, what a rectangle.
Well, I tried. Nobody can point a finger at me and say I didn't try. But Maynard made it perfectly clear. He just didn't want to be friends anymore. Naturally, I felt miserable about it. And everybody else felt terrible, too.
You're through with Maynard? Oh, that's the best thing that could have ever happened to you, boy.
Attaboy, Fousey, you're a cinch to be a smashing success.
Good news, Gillis, baby. The membership committee has reconsidered, and you're now one of us.
Mr. Gillis, your work has shown a remarkable improvement, as though something had been added or, taken away.
Yep, all the togetherness was gone. Dobie Gillis and Maynard G. Krebs had come to the parting of the ways. I didn't like it, but I had to accept it. I forced myself to accept it.
So I said to him, why not? Hi-ho, kiddies. Oh, hi, Chancellor. Announcement. Mumsy has invited you all to Osborne Manor for a barbecue lunch. Oh, hamburgers? How gauche. Barbecued caviar, of course. Cook will touch nothing else. File in. Watch your feet getting into the bag. I wish somebody had dressed for the occasion. Look at you. Come on. All safe. Drive back, I say. Everybody good?
Hey, that's where Dobie sits. Yeah. Man, I wish he was here now. Because I'd say... Like, hi, good buddy. Oh, me? Oh, I've been great. Just great. Who am I kidding? I've been miserable without you, Dobe. I got nobody to talk to and nobody to listen to me and nobody to hack around with. And without you, I'm a poor, miserable, good-for-nothing nobody. Why'd you have to do it, Dobe? I mean, sure, I know you have to, like, move onwards and upwards, and I'll probably, like, move downwards and outwards. But you shouldn't have listened to me. You should have known I'd be a miserable nothing without you. Running around all alone like a poor, lonely wafer? Yeah, waif. I mean, it just don't seem fair for a fellow to suffer like I've been suffering since we ain't been friends no more. Gee, though, why'd you have to do it?
Hi, everybody. What's new? Hi, Zelda. Chatsworth? Anybody? Oh, now, just a minute. Just a darn minute. What's going on here? Why won't anybody talk to me?
I saw a poor, lonely, unhappy Maynard in the park. He's suffering terribly.
Yes, if you must know, Gillis, there is such a thing as fair play.
He's forgotten what it means.
You're a brute.
You're a cad.
You're a peasant.
What is this? What are you all talking about?
In all these years, I thought you were so sweet and kind and gentle, but you dump a friend like Maynard just so you can get ahead in the world.
Dump him?
Right this minute, he's crying his eyes out because you won't have anything to do with him.
You brute.
Cad.
You peasant.
But you all told me I was better off without him.
How could anybody be better off by dumping such a faithful friend? Besides, I never thought you'd go through with it.
There are some things one just doesn't do, you brute.
You cad.
You peasant.
Yeah. Brute, cad, peasant, lovable me. I don't know what to say.
Good day, class. Today we're going to... It's you, Mr. Gillis, huh?
Huh?
Well, I know I'm just a mere teacher, and it's probably none of my business. But, Mr. Gillis, I'm shocked.
What?
Though I realize that in a dog-eat-dog society, it's important to get ahead. But over the broken bodies of our friends...
Mr. Pomfret.
Of course, I should probably keep my nose out of it. But Maynard Krebs, despite appearances to the contrary, is still a human being.
Now, just a minute.
A vulnerable human being.
But...
Oh, for shame, Mr. Gillis, for shame. What's happened to the old values? Does friendship no longer count for anything?
That doesn't.
Mr. Gillis, where are you going?
To prove I'm not a brute and a cad. Or a peasant.
Sure, I'll miss you, Dobo, buddy, but I'll get along somehow. I mean, it's like better this way. You move like on and up, and I'll move like down and out.
Maynard, I'm not going anywhere without you.
You got it. I'm like a stumbling block, an anchor, a weight around your neck.
Maynard.
It's no use arguing. Though? It's like flake off square.
Maynard, I know what you've been trying to do.
Yeah, I got no time for oblongs. Get lost.
Maynard, for you, I'd swim across the Algonquin River.
Beat it.
For you, I'd swim across Milford Lake.
Back off.
I'd swim across the English Channel.
Get lost. You would?
I'd swim across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah?
The Pacific Ocean.
Yeah?
The North Pole. Ice or no ice.
Dobe, you do all those things for me?
I sure would, Maynard.
Like wow!
Like wow!
Yeah. Did it again.
Did it again.
Slopped ice cream.
Slopped ice cream.
Over your back.
Oh, who cares, Maynard? There's lots of shirts, but there's only one Maynard G. Krebs.
Like true?
Yeah, and a good thing.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad. Beautiful day, huh? Dad, what's the matter?
And again.
Dad, what is it? Are you mad at me for something? Tell me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I'm mad about. I heard the way you've been kicking that poor slob Maynard around. It's all over town.
Oh, Dad.
I raised my boy to be clean and upstanding and true. And here you are,
Dad.
kicking him all over just because he's such a crumb of character.
Dad,
I'm
listen.
ashamed that you should do such a thing, no matter how big a creep he is.
Dad, Maynard and I are back together. We're friends again.
Nobody deserves to be booted. You and Maynard are friends again?
Right, just like before.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, boy. You'll never regret that. You know, there's such a thing as being you mean Maynard's gonna be hanging around here night and day again?
Everything will be
Filching
just like
apples,
before.
sneaking donuts, scaring the customers.
Dad.
Is that any way to treat your dear old loyal dad, dragging in that tacky, run-down, spooky lunkhead?
You rang? Like I'm mistaken, I have a donut.
Now, wait, Maynard, come on. Everybody stay here. There is me out of hospital.
Like you, my sweet Jessica.
Is my Dobikins making fun of his little Jessicans because she's so too utterly old-fashioned?
Oh, but no, my Jessicans. Your Dobikins thinks his Jessicans is too utterly divine. And he can't wait until that too utterly divine moment next month when we shall be walking up the aisle, side by side, to get our diplomas. Ah, my Jessicans, what glorious harmony we shall make together.
Stop the music!
Zelda, you were spying on me.
What spying? I'm just protecting my investment in you, Buster.
Matter, Harry.
Quiet, Dobiekins. And as for you, my empty-headed, bleach blonde friend, let me present the facts. First of all, you will not be walking up the aisle side by side with Dobie because at graduation we line up alphabetically. And he's G for Gillis and you're Z for Zeppelhorse.
Z for Zelda. Will you do me the honor to get lost?
Of course not, Poopsie. You love me and you want me to be here.
Now cut that out.
Face up to it. Either you stick with me or in the baseball game of life, you're never going to get out of the bullpen.
Who says I have to stick with you? Who says so? You don't know everything.
I do, and be quiet. I'm measuring you for a sweater. Here, hold
Zelda,
this.
will you please get off my back? Tired all the time.
What are you doing? Practically owns you.
She does not.
I do too, and I don't believe in Lindley's.
There are many fine things to be said about Zelda Gilroy, all of which escape me at the moment. I mean, she's kind to stray dogs and lost kittens and parents and other unfortunates. So why isn't she kind to me? Me, she's gotten this hammerlock. And the strain's turning me into a shaky, skittish, fidgety, broken-down wreck.
You rang? I know.
Hi, Maynard.
What do you like doing?
Thinking.
Yeah, it's not my line of work.
Maynard, look, I've got to figure a way to get Zelda off my back.
Does it have to be like legal?
Of course it has to be legal. You don't think... What'd you have in mind?
Well, I figure we take up the tub of Lover's Leap, see, and I look around, make sure nobody's watching, and you give her a little push right up.
Maynard, I'm shot. We're not the kind of fellows that do things like that. Besides, the police department in this town's too sharp. We'd get caught.
Dobie, you're behind schedule. You didn't stop by the lab for your tutoring in biology.
That's right, Zelda, I didn't. Do you want to know what I did instead? I met a girl on the bus named Monica Klaus, and I rode 2 miles past my stop so I could make a date with her. And she's meeting me here in 5 minutes, and that's what I did instead.
Pish posh. Now look, we'll make up the biology at my house from 4 to 5, Latin declensions 5 to 6, sweater
Zelda.
fitting right now.
Look, Zelda, I don't want a sweater. I don't need a sweater. I'm not the sweater type. Now, you listen to me, Zelda. This nagging's got to stop. You've got to quit bugging me with your schedules and your sweater and your
vitamin
hootering. Zelda, don't you understand? I want to be free. Free. Do you hear? Look, it tastes terrible.
Attaboy, Poopsie. Now, you stop by the gym at 3:30, and I'll start you on those exercises to build up your latissimus dorsal muscles.
Zelda! Now, Zelda, come back here. Zelda!
So, after we slip the Mickey into her sandwich, we steal a car, see
Maynard.
to the border, and then we...
Don't tempt me.
No, you ain't nothing but a miserable wretch.
Yeah, you can say that again.
You ain't nothing but a miserable...
Okay.
I am nothing but a miserable wretch. Paul Fidelio!
Geronimo. Chatsworth, you are not only a miserable wretch, you are nasty. This report card is a disgrace. Latin D, algebra D-, chemistry F+, not a single A.
Oh, Mumsy, it's scarcely my fault that the curriculum doesn't include polo.
All Osborns are nasty, but to be as dumb as a post, Gad, that is a disgrace. Paul Fidelio! Touche. Chatsworth, if your grades don't improve, do you know what will happen?
You'll take away my little blue sports car.
Right.
And you'll take away my 40-foot white cabin cruiser.
Right.
And you'll take away my blue blazer with the solid gold buttons and the Osborne crest in all pockets.
Right, but something even nastier will happen.
You mean?
Yes, if your grades don't improve, Chatsworth Osborne Jr. will not be admitted to Yale.
Not be admitted to Yale? Oh, no, not that.
Nasty Osborne after Nasty Osborne has attended Yale.
Not go to Yale.
The only other Osborne who never attended Yale was your Uncle Fidel. He died of stupidity at the age of 93.
Go to Yale. No football weekends.
That
No Vassar girls.
the field, fighting
No suits
for
with narrow
evil.
lapels.
Break through the
No
crimson
revels and
light,
frolics on the old quad. We'll give a long cheer for realized men. We're here to win again. Harvard's team can fight to the end, but Yale will win. Mother, mother, bow, wow, wow. Eli, yeah,
All right, Chatsworth. Break clean.
I'll do it, Mumsy. I'll do it. I'll raise my grade so that dear old Yale will be forced to admit one more nasty Osborne.
Then I shall be proud of my nasty boy.
But how will I raise my grades? How? And who will help me? Who?
Me. I'm the one who's going to nag you into being rich and successful and happy, even if it makes you miserable. Now shape up, boy. We got studying to do.
Do we have to?
You have to.
Hey, didn't you hear my mother calling me?
Maynard, you're going to stick with me.
Okay, now we'll begin with a history lesson. Dobie, who were the 6 wives of Henry VIII?
Henry
Yeah,
VIII.
Dobe. Tell her the 8 wives of Henry VI.
Maynard.
The 4 wives of Henry III.
Maynard.
The 9 wives.
Maynard, quiet. Yeah. Now, the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Hey, ain't he the cat that looks like Captain Bligh?
Maynard,
Yeah, and Captain Bligh, he looks like Charles Lawton.
Maynard.
Hey, Zella, you're 100% brain. You know everything. So how come all them history characters look like Charles Lawton?
Maynard,
Take Abraham Lincoln, a spitting image of Raymond Massey.
Maynard.
And Bela Lugosi, a dead ringer for Dracula. Don't be afraid.
Maynard, come on now.
And Charlton Heston. He looks like practically
Maynard,
everybody,
I'll
yeah.
clobber you.
And Fulton Sigafoos.
Maynard.
Fulton Sigafoos.
Yeah, he looks like my Aunt Harriet. And then there's...
Maynard, enough! Dobie, we must press on despite this dragging anchor.
Yes.
You're like welcome.
Now, Dobie, who were the 6 wives of Henry VIII? Think.
Hey, I remember. They were all named Catherine something, except a bunch of them who were named Anne something.
Strictly Flunksville.
Why?
Now listen. Henry VIII's first wife was Catherine of Aragon.
Yeah.
His second wife was Anne Boleyn.
See, I was right.
His third wife was Jane Seymour.
Bravo, Zelda! It takes courage and a sledgehammer to pound information into that rock-hard Gillis skull.
Don't be so smart, Chatsworth. Your grades aren't exactly burning the school down either.
True, but only for the moment. You see, I am not without my hidden resources.
Oh?
Zelda, my delightful elf, has anyone ever told you that you possess that indefinable quality of the truly great women of our time?
Who, me?
Who, her?
You gotta be kidding.
Kidding, I'll show you who's kidding. Zelda, my erudite beauty, will you go dancing with me Saturday night?
Who, me?
Who, her? We'll trip the light fantastic to the music of Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk!
Aha, that's where you trapped yourself, Chatsworth. Lawrence Welk isn't even in town.
I know. I intend to import him for the occasion.
You would do that for me?
That and 1,000 things more, my lovely Zelda. Moonlit trips in my expensive 40-foot cabin cruiser. Fabulous spins in my expensive little blue sports car.
Oh, and it's all very flattering, Chatsworth, but I couldn't possibly do it.
I could.
Zelda, you're turning me down?
No offense, but Dobie would never stand for it.
Leave us not be too hasty, Zelda. Maybe I could force myself to stand for it.
Yes, look, Zelda, my lamb, there's really no comparison. I am the sole heir to a vast fortune, also witty and desirable.
And I'm but the son of a poor grocer, dumb in school and puny.
You know, I'm beginning to think you actually want me to go out with Chatsworth.
It isn't what I want that matters, Zelda. I'm thinking of you, of your future. The key word here, my sweet, is sacrifice. It's a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done.
Gee, Dobe, you're like a real human being.
Yeah.
There are forces at work here that are beyond my understanding. But a girl with my face and dimensions is in no position to be fussy. Take me, Chatsworth, I'm yours.
Goody gumdrop.
Atta girl, Zelda.
Europa.
Maynard, that's Eureka. There will always be a warm glow here in my heart when I think of you.
Thank you, dear sweet Dobie. Are you sure you want me to go through with this?
Oh, you must, my sweet, for your sake.
Gee, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen since they took away the kid's dog on Lassie.
My expensive little blue sports car awaits my learned princess.
Maynard, she's gone.
Poor Zelda.
I wanted her to go. I'm free, free, free.
Poor Zelda.
Now I can make dates with Monica and Jessica and every girl in town. There won't be any nosy old Zelda nosing around to get in my way.
Poor Zelda.
At last she's off my back and she's jumped on Chatsworth's back.
Poor Chatsworth.
More caviar, more roast guinea, and more whatever we have that's expensive.
Glory, ask you, what a spread, Chatsworth. You always eat like this?
Doesn't everyone?
You know, going with you gets to be a classier idea with every bite.
I agree, my learned enchantress.
Except what, kiddo?
Except for one little cloud on my horizon. One tiny little cloud, no bigger than a small bank book.
On with it, boy. What kind of cloud?
A cloud called Yale. You see, Zelda, my studious temptress, I shall never be admitted. I shall lose my heart's desire merely because my grades tend toward the atrocious.
And you want me to help you with your schoolwork.
Wow.
And that's why we suddenly seem to be so chummy.
Gad, what sort of a cat and bounder do you take me for, girl?
Now, calm down, Chatsworth. Don't get your blue blood all in an uproar. I guess I ought to contribute something to this romance, or whatever it is.
You'll help?
I'll help.
Oh, for joy, for joy! I and Yale, in that order, will never forget you. Trembly, my Morocco-bound school books, quickly.
Cheers, my young master, cheers!
Now, Chatsworth, what subject are you having trouble with?
Well, we Osborns are nothing if not consistent, all of them.
How about algebra?
Thoroughly baffling. Let's start there and have some more caviar, my, brainy beauty.
Well, Chatsworth, find the square root of 4,712.
Oh, why don't you find it, my infinitely clever enchantress?
No, Chatsworth. Now, first you have to figure the compound interest.
Oh, dear. It's so much more fun to deal with real money.
Now, pay attention.
Chatsworth, I hesitate to use this word in your presence, but are you studying?
Hey, way, Mumsy, isn't it smashing? Mumsy, you remember Zelda Gilroy, the smartest girl in school?
Oh, she better be smart. How do you do, Miss Gilhooly?
Gilroy, Mrs. Osborne. Zelda Gilroy.
Quite.
Mumsy, Zelda has promised to help me get into Yale.
No. Oh! Oh! By gad! I'll wager she's just the girl who can do it. Observe that determined little jaw and those alert, beady little eyes. Do you know, my grandfather once had a second butler by the name of Gilhooly.
Gilroy, Mrs. Osborne. Zelda Gilroy.
Fine figure of a man. Sturdy peasant stock. You must come around more often, Miss Gilhooly.
Gilroy.
You see, the Osborne blood is running a little thin, so to speak. Take a look at Chatsworth, the last withered bough on the family tree.
Mumsy, please.
She lived in an incubator till he was 14.
Mumsy.
But enough of this nasty nostalgia. Come on to work, and to Yale. Tremblay, bring on some more pâté de foie gras, some more caviar, and some more truffles. You don't want our little Miss Gilhooly to starve, do
Gilroy.
you? Quite.
Now look, Chatsworth. 4%,
Down
645
the field, fighting for Eli, break through the crimson line.
Look at me. See how straight I stand? It's all because a great weight's been taken off my back. And its name is Zelda Gilroy. I'm free to go where I want, when I want, if I want. Boy, freedom, it's the greatest.
Oh, no, Dobiekins, not the beach. Poor little old-fashioned Jessicans is just too utterly delicate for all that sand and sun.
Oh. Hey, how about the movies? At the Bijou, they're showing The Monster That Devoured
Oh,
Cleveland.
no, Dobiekins.
Huh?
Movies like that are just too utterly scary for poor little old-fashioned Jessicans.
Canoeing?
Too utterly dangerous.
A walk in the country?
Too utterly unchic.
Then how about...
Yes, my Dobiekins.
No, that'd be just too utterly. Oh, all right, Jessica wasn't quite perfect. She had a few little faults. She was, well, a pain in the neck. There were plenty more apples in the barrel. And Zelda was having a ball, too. She had everything she ever wanted.
Egad, but you're a clever girl. If I multiply pi times the radius squared, I'll get...
The circumference.
Astounding. And once I have this fascinating circumference, what do I do with it, my cunning charmer?
Send it to Yale.
A bulldog! Bulldog! Wow, wow, wow! Eli! Hello, Zelda. You're a superlative brain. Is there anything you don't know?
Yeah. How I got into this mess in the first place.
Bulldog! Bulldog! Bow, wow, wow!
Sit down, Bulldog. You still got a fuzzy circumference.
See? We were both free as a couple of carefree birds. I could take out all the girls I wanted, and nobody stopped me. All kinds of girls. Tall ones, short ones, blondes, brunettes, redheads, in-between colors, and they were all lovely. Take Monica. Beautiful as an angel. If she only didn't talk quite so much. About herself.
So naturally, all the boys at school were trying to date me because they thought I was the prettiest girl they'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And they were definitely right. Although I do look better in some colors than others. Well, not that I don't look stunning in all of them,
No.
mind you, but a person does have certain colors that favor her more than others, don't you think?
Well,
But you can't really blame all the boys, can you? I mean, just look at me. This face, these eyes, this body. I mean, I believe in telling the truth. And if I'm a real knockout, well, why hide my beauty under a shell, right? Right. But the important thing is the inner person, I always say. I mean, how warm and considerate she is on the inside, which is one of my most endearing characteristics. Well, not that I don't have many others. Aren't I right? Right.
Yeah, right.
Hi, hello, Gillis, baby.
Hi, Monica. Hello, Dobie.
Hi, Zelda. Long time no see.
Yeah, it has been quite a while. How have you been, Dobie?
Me? Oh, fine. Absolutely perfect. How about you?
Me? Oh, wonderful, just wonderful. Never a dull moment.
Yeah, it's been the same with me. Gay, mad, tarantella.
It's been a wizard arrangement all around, Dobie-Doo. In yesterday's geometry test, I got a B+. I knew absolutely everything about that mischievous old circumference.
Good work, Chatsworth.
Zelda, my brilliant belle, we really must be en route to Sweet. After the dance, we go to the art exhibit and then to dinner. And in between, of course, we must study.
Sure, Chatsworth. Sure.
Yeah, Monica and me, we have to run, too. It's just one crazy thing after another. Where are we going tonight, Monica?
Oh, down to the mall shop where everybody can see me.
Oh.
I've got this beautiful new dress, and I don't want it to go to waste.
No.
After all, beauty like mine belongs to the whole world.
Chatsworth, isn't this all just too gay?
Trembly, full speed ahead. Ta-ta, Gillis, baby. Monica.
Yep, that's how it went. I had more fun and freedom than I ever had before in my whole life. It was Joysville, a ball, a million laughs. Yeah. Laughs.
Hey, Dobe, you kind of look like tacky. You sure you're feeling all right?
Sure I'm feeling all right. Why shouldn't I feel all right? I'm living on cloud 9. Nobody on my back, nobody to nag me, nobody to bug me.
Yeah, ain't it the greatest?
The greatest.
The wildest.
The wildest.
The craziest.
The craziest. The craziest, the wildest, the greatest. So how come I'm the miserablest?
Poor Dobe, I'm getting like all misty again.
I feel empty inside.
Empty? Hey, maybe these cookies will...
Not that kind of empty, Maynard.
Like, hi, Zelda.
Hi, Maynard.
Zelda? Zelda?
Hello, Dobie.
Hi, Zelda. Gee, you haven't been around the store for a long time. You're looking great.
So are you, Dobie.
Man, that's wild. A few minutes ago, you looked like the picture on the iodine bottle.
Everything looks the same around here.
Oh, sure. Just the same. Same old salami, same old special on soap flakes, same old everything. Is everything the same with you, Zelda?
The same?
The same as the last time I saw you.
Oh, I guess so.
Uh-huh.
But they could change any minute if somebody really wanted them to.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Was there something you wanted to say to me, Zelda?
It's funny you should ask. I was wondering if there was something you might want to say to me.
No, not if you're sure there isn't something you want to say to me.
Not getting anywhere, are we?
No. Well,
I guess I'm on my way.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Osborne's giving a picnic.
Well, have fun, Zelda.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well. Zelda, are you sure?
Yes. Am I sure what? Yes.
Yeah. Nothing. So long, Zelda.
So long, Dobie.
So long.
You know,
Yeah.
picnic and all, I hope it doesn't rain.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's pretty clear outside. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so. Bye, Dob.
Bye, Dob.
Bye. Long.
Man, lots of yuck seeing old Zelda again, huh? I mean, now that she's not in your back and bugging you anymore.
Yeah, Maynard, sure.
Hey, Dobe, how come every time you see Zelda, you're like laughing on the outside and like crying on the inside?
Maynard, I don't have the foggiest notion what you're talking about.
Gee, I was hoping one of us did.
Maynard, you're... No, who am I kidding? I know exactly what you're talking about. And the reason I'm like laughing on the outside and like crying on the inside is because I'd give anything to have Zelda back on my back again.
You would?
I would.
So how come you're telling me?
Because she... Yeah, I ought to be telling her. Good thinking, yeah. Here, you watch the store.
Here, you watch the store.
Oh, the outdoor life. We occasionally need a taste of rugged living to keep us from getting soft. Trembly.
Yes, madam.
That mountain casts too great a shadow. Call the bulldozers. Have that removed. Miss Gilhooly.
Gilroy.
Quiet. Miss Gilhooly, I want to thank you for the miracle you've wrought in Chatsworth. Up to a few weeks ago, he was a wealthy jughead.
And now I am a superb scholar.
That you are, Chatsworth. Nasty, but scholarly.
Oh, it wasn't so much.
No, tut, no modesty here. If Chatsworth continues to keep his grades up, he is sure to enter Yale. Oh, Yale. What is it, Tremblay?
Forgive me, madam, but there seems to be a mosquito on madam's helmet.
A mosquito? Insolence destroyed?
Yes, madam.
Thank you, Tremblay. More or less.
My pleasure.
Zelda.
Oh, good heavens, what's that? Tremblay, get my rifle, whatever it is, I'll shoot it.
So I'm like a human person.
Oh, yes, you are a bit like a human.
Yes, Dobie, yes.
Zelda, I surrender. I can't go on any longer unless you come back and nag me.
You can't?
I can't. You bug me and aggravate me and drive me nuts. But I love you, don't you see?
Perfectly, Poopsie.
You're a miserable pain in the neck.
But
you're a necessary miserable pain in the neck.
I know exactly what you mean, Snookums.
Now just see here, Gillis.
Yes, Chatsworth, fight for the girl.
Excuse me, ma'am, but he'd better not. With Zelda at stake, I'd take on the whole U.S. Marines.
Oh, Dobie.
But Zelda and I have an understanding.
Our understanding is off, Chatsworth. You need me now to help you get into Yale, but Dobie will always need me. Always.
I'm helpless.
Unsure.
Vulnerable.
Dependent.
Unsettled.
Floundering.
Bad-headed. Just holding up my end of the conversation.
Now, just a minute. See here, girl. Do you mean to tell me you would actually choose Dobie Gillis, the son of a grocer, in preference to Chatsworth Osborne Jr., buy money out of gilt-edged securities?
Yep, that's what I mean to say, Mrs. Osborne. I gotta be where I'm needed most. Come on, Dobie, I'm back on your back again. Stand up straight. Don't shamble, don't slump. Look up at the stars, not down in the mud. Oh, we got a lot of work to do.
Zelda.
A lot of work. Shape up. Chin
Zelda.
chest.
Welcome home.
As we of the graduating class of Central High School take our first step, faltering step away from our beloved alma mater, let us consider where this step will lead us.
Larry, what is this?
Oh, Zelda knitted it for me. What's that? She's rehearsing her graduation speech. Some of us will move
on to the Ivied Halls of Higher Learning.
That's right. I hear Yale didn't turn you down after all.
Naturally, Mumsy had a little talk with them, and they didn't dare refuse me.
Huh?
Bulldog! Wow! Yale!
But alas, among us there will be some who will go through life without a purpose. Idle drifters, purposeless drags and derelicts, aimless wanderers and stumblers.
You rang?
Dobie has to have a girl to
Yeah, I know I'm late, but what can I do? I'm running the yearbook all by myself. Sure, I could use some help, but where am I going to find it? I don't care if it's inadequate, second-rate, weak-kneed, clock-watching, and jerky.
You rang?
Hi, Zelda.
I think I just found some help.
Dobie!
That's how it happened. I just walked into the yearbook office to borrow some money from Zelda so Maynard and I could get something to eat. Maynard hadn't eaten for over an hour, and he gets desperate. And the next thing I knew, I was a gentleman of the press.
Men, this year we seniors at Central High are going to have the best darn yearbook in the whole history of the school.
Dobe, I'm hungry.
A yearbook we will treasure and cherish in the years to come.
You ain't like got a banana on you, have you, good buddy?
No, man.
When we're sitting in front of the fireplace in our split-level home in the suburbs, with the children fast asleep and their Dr. Dentons upstairs, we will take out the yearbook, Poopsie, and remember those first fine, careless days when we were young.
Zelda!
A loaf of bread, an ice cube, anything?
Maynard, you can eat later. Right now we got to get cracking on those captions.
Captions?
I don't know what they are, but I'll eat them.
Maynard, a caption is a line you put under a picture in the yearbook, like most likely to succeed, most intelligent, most beautiful, like that.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, before I go into a comma.
Maynard, that's coma.
I already picked out some pictures.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Here, most likely to succeed, most intelligent, most beautiful.
That's what I like about you, Zelda. You're so modest.
Yeah, I got that too. Most modest.
Yeah, what's the caption on mine?
Most likely to marry Zelda Gilroy.
Now cut that out.
I know the caption on mine. Most hungry.
Possess your soul on patience, Maynard. I'm sending you two boys out on an assignment in a few minutes. As soon as I read you the class poem I wrote for the yearbook.
Oh?
Central High, we're going to miss you. Central High, we hug and kiss you. Central High, our alma mater, you're the best on land or water. Central High, for you we're burning. We will miss your halls and learning. We will miss your kindly teachers, principals, and other creatures. Kind of gets you right here, huh, Dope?
I don't know, Zelda. Maynard's stomach's growling awful loud.
Please, small girl, let me go so I get something to eat.
You're out of money, remember?
I'll trap something. Please, Zelda.
All right, man, I'm sending you out on a great human interest story. Every year, the yearbook has a feature called Where Are They Now? We look up somebody who graduated from Central High a long time ago, find out what he's doing, and write a story about him.
Well, who do you want us to look up?
I really got a Lulu this time. I had to dig way back. Have you ever heard of Show 'em No Mercy Appleby?
Well, who hasn't? He was the greatest football player in the history of Central High.
That's right. In the big game against Webster High in 1911, he sent the entire Webster team to the hospital. And the coach, too.
Yeah.
We never lost a single game when Show 'em No Mercy Appleby was playing for us.
Where is he now?
That's what you two are going to find out.
But where do we start looking?
Hey, let's start the lunch counter, huh, Doe?
Yeah, look, look, look. You'll find him. You can do it.
But what if he moved to another state? Like Cleveland?
Well, that's what you've got to find out. And bring me back a story.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Zelda.
Hey, Doe, remember what we came for?
Oh, yeah. Zelda, could you lend us a little money to buy Maynard something to eat?
Sure, Poopsie. How much do you want?
$20 or $30. Maynard, here's $1.
Right. And here's a pencil and paper for you, my ace reporter.
Zelda, please!
And here's a camera for you, my ace photographer.
Yeah.
Now go!
Yeah. Okay, Zelda.
I'll stand by to tear out the front page.
Now I had two big problems. First, how to feed Maynard on only $1. Well, that problem got solved.
Oh, Doe, get a lot more peanuts for $1 than a dime.
True, Maynard.
Almost twice as much.
Yeah, Maynard, The second problem was how to find Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. This was a really tough one.
What's so tough about it?
What's so tough about it? Why, this man could be anywhere. Europe, China, Australia. How are we going to find him? What do you think we do? Just walk up to the first passerby and say, "Excuse me, sir, but do you happen to be Show 'em No Mercy Appleby?"
Yes, I am.
He could be anywhere in the world. He could be dead, for that matter. He... Maynard, which way did he go?
I think he went that way.
No, that way.
Yeah, you're right, he went that way.
No, I think you're right, that way.
Maybe he went that way.
Maynard, come on.
Mr. Appleby will be here any moment. naturally, we want to make a good impression on the new owner of Kane Iron and Steel. I didn't tell you that... And who might you be?
I might be Rex the Wonder Horse, but I'm not. I'm Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. I own this place and everything in it.
Oh, well, Mr. Appleby, it's a great pleasure, I'm sure. My name is...
Yes, I know who you are, I know who they are, I know what they are, and they're fired. Come on, get out, you time servers.
Oh, but sir...
Don't give me any lip. Get out of here. Come on. Move! Now then, you. Do you want to stay on here as resident counselor, or do you want to go back to chasing ambulances?
Oh, I'll say so.
Fine. Then your salary will be cut 75%, effective immediately.
Oh, but quiet.
I suppose you wonder why I'm dressed like this. I'll tell you. Every time I buy a new business, I go out and look at the trash pile. That's what I did when I bought Montgomery Motors. That's what I did when I bought Interplanetary Electronics. And that's what I'm going to do here. There's more profit goes out the back door than comes in the front. That's the curse of business. Waste. Now, where's your trash pile?
Well, it's out and back, I believe.
All right, I'll take a look at it. You better fire those two secretaries outside.
Oh, yes, sir.
And you better take up shorthand. Waste. Waste.
You were right, though. He went that way.
No, Maynard, I think you were right. Maynard, it's him. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Did you say you were Show 'em No Mercy Appleby?
That's right, son. I'll beat it.
The Show 'em No Mercy Appleby who was star fullback of the 1910 Central High School football team?
The Show 'em No Mercy Appleby, who has put more men in the hospital than the flu epidemic. I'm about to add 2 more to my list. Now beat it.
Sir, what are you doing?
I'm looking in a junk pile. What do you think?
But why?
It's the way I make my living. Now get out of here while you still can.
Poor old fella. Once a great football star, the idol of the crowd, a graduate of Central High. Today, a poor old miserable junk picker.
Gee, I'm getting like all misty, though.
Maynard, give me that camera. Maynard, we're gonna do something to help that poor old miserable son of Central High.
I'm like all heart, though.
Dobie, that's terrible.
It was even worse in person.
It was like pathetic.
It almost broke my heart watching that poor miserable old man work.
Work!
Maynard, that's a crying shame. Zelda, here's a fine old man like Show 'em No Mercy Appleby who risked life and limb for Central High. And look at him today. Penniless, forgotten, scratching a miserable living out of junk piles. We just can't let this happen.
Well, what can we do?
Give him his own junk pile.
Hey, I'll give him my allowance for the next month. That's $20.
And I'll contribute mine. That's a total of $40.
And I'll give mine, and that'll be $40.35.
That's not nearly enough.
Like right.
We gotta figure out a way to raise a lot more.
Like right.
A way that'll really work.
Maynard, we're busy. We got no time for your little quirk.
Quirk!
Maynard, cut that out. I said quirk.
Oh, I thought you said work.
Quirk! Maynard, please. Zelda, I know what we can do.
What?
The senior class fund. How much is in it?
Well, $110. Why?
Well?
Yeah, good thinking, Dobe. First, we find out where they keep it, see?
Maynard.
Then we get them funny masks and pull them over our faces, see? And Zelda waits outside in the car and keeps the motor running. And if we can't get a car, she waits outside and holds the bus transfers. And we zoom past the guards, blast them with our gas, and heist the loot.
Maynard, enough!
And then we make tracks for the border before the posse can get a haul.
Zelda, the senior class fund might be exactly what we're looking for. What was the class planning to do with it?
We were going to use the money to buy a drinking fountain for the girls' gym.
Let's give it to Mr. Appleby instead.
What's he gonna do with a drinking fountain?
No, we use the money for our ragged, tattered old hero. And that's only the beginning. After that, we'll raise lots more.
Yeah, we can throw a big benefit bazaar for him.
I'll sell ice cream, and all the money will go to Mr. Appleby.
Yeah, I'll sell soda pop.
I'll sell candy.
I'll sell peanuts.
I'll sell hot dogs.
I'll sell hamburgers.
And I'll sell kisses.
No offense, Zelda, but ain't we supposed to be trying to raise money?
Never mind, Maynard. Zelda, this is the finest thing any senior class has ever done. Our parting gift to Central High will be a magnificent gesture to show that pathetic old wretch that Central High School doesn't forget yesterday's heroes.
Geez, Zelda, I'm getting like all misty.
Me too. Dobe, has anybody ever told you you're all heart?
Yeah, me.
It's a far, far better thing we do than we have ever done. That was the beginning of our campaign to save Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. All the weapons at our command were thrown into the battle. And what a battle that was.
The power of the press will save this poor, miserable wretch. Copy boy, take this down. Here's the lead for the greatest story this yearbook has ever carried. Students of Central High, put your hands in your pockets. What do you find there? A handful of coins? To you, they may be but a few paltry pennies. But to a tired, beaten, unhappy old bag of bones, they can be the door to new life, new hopes, new horizons. Dig into those pockets and show that Central High still remembers and appreciates its great hero of a bygone era, Show 'em No Mercy Appleby.
Beautiful, Zelda.
Okay, Maynard, now read to me what I just said.
Right. Students.
Well, go on.
That's all I got. You like talking fast.
Maynard, stop the presses. Is everybody helpless around here? I'll do it myself. Copy boy, get that phone and act like a newspaper man.
Check. Stop the presses.
Maynard, you just tell them who you are.
Maynard G. Krebs, ace reporter here. Appleby. Show 'em no mercy, Appleby. How do you spell it? It's A-P-P-P-L-B.
Maynard, you better give me the phone. Yeah. Dobie Gillis, assistant editor. Check. Yeah, he was the greatest hero Central High School ever had, and he's a poor, broken wreck of a man now. Check. Check.
Dobie, who was that?
Somebody named Check.
It was... That was the Daily Bugle. They heard about Mr. Appleby, and they wanted to know the details.
Hey, Central High will be famous.
And Mr. Appleby will get back on his feet.
Stop the presses.
Stop the presses?
Just tell them let my end of the conversation.
Come on, man, we gotta get rolling on that editorial. Maynard, tear out the front page.
Maynard, that's not what she meant.
Maynard, go get some paper from the supply room.
Right.
Give us your old clothes so a fine old man won't go...
Save our doddering old hero.
Everybody gives.
Here.
Don't be a cheap.
Don't be a tightwad.
I don't need these old clothes anyhow.
We'll take anything.
We're eager. Maynard, I said we were eager, not desperate. Here, put these back on.
Led by Dobie Gillis, the students of Central High School are digging deep into their pockets to show that pathetic old wretch that Central High School doesn't forget yesterday's hero. Dobie, dear, did anybody ever tell you that you're all heart?
Is everybody deaf? Me. Look at here. It's in all the downtown papers, too. Oh, I'm proud of you, son.
I'm glad, Dad, because I was going to ask you to contribute to the Show 'em No Mercy Appleby Fund, $10.
Not that proud.
Give him the money and be thankful that you have it to give.
Well, you're right, Winnie. That poor old man out there picking junk. Here, take this, boy.
Oh, thanks,
Here,
Dad.
take this, too. He probably hasn't had a square meal in years.
And these two?
And this, too?
Yes, Maynard.
And this, Maynard! I know you spend enough time around here to qualify, but you are not really a member of the family. So if you're going to give something you own. I got carried away. I'm all heart, too.
That's all right, Maynard. I'm proud of you. And you, Herbert, and especially you, Dobie.
Thanks.
Well, you're not any prouder of them than I am.
I'm prouder than either of you.
You are not. I'm prouder.
Well, I'm proud of them up to here.
Well, I'm proud of them up to there. Well, I'm proud of them up to here. Well, I'm proud of them up to there. Well, I'm proud of them up to there.
We are all proud of you.
We sure are.
Ditto, Mr. G.
Right. But I'm proud of them up to...
Maynard, please.
Dobie's doing such a wonderful thing, and his payment will come when he sees the gratitude and the appreciation on the poor old face of Mr. Appleby.
Murder. Death. I'll kill him. I'll crush their skulls like eggshells. I'll throw them into the poorhouse. Withers, you panty waste, come in here.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Appleby. Yes, sir.
Withers, have you seen that?
Oh, dear.
And this?
Oh, goodness.
Yes, help us save this poor, beaten, downtrodden old man. Give him your old clothes. This poor, pathetic wretch can use anything. Now, what do you have to say to that?
They misspelled pathetic wretch.
Quiet. You're a lawyer, aren't you? That's libel, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, sir.
Then we'll sue him within an inch of his life.
Oh, but Mr. Appleby, sir, he's only a high school student. This The Dobie Gillis. Now, how much can you get out of a high school student?
He has a father, hasn't he? And the father owns a grocery store, and a truck, and a GI insurance policy, and $1,100 in the bank. I'm going to get every nickel of it. Come on now, you, and get your briefcase.
Gee, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Gee, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Maynard, I'd better go over to the school now. We're having a rally during lunch hour for the Show 'em No Mercy Applebee Fund.
Say, that doesn't give you much time. I better drive you over, huh?
Well, never mind, Mr. G. I can drive him.
Maynard, you don't even have a car.
Well, good thinking.
Good thinking.
Mr. G. Yeah? G. I'm proud of him. Up,
Maynard! May I help you?
I'm Show 'em No Mercy Appleby.
Oh, my goodness. You must try to eat something.
What's that for?
Oh, now don't be proud with us, Mr. Appleby. You take it.
Well, I never turned down anything that was for free.
You know what I like with apples? A nice piece of chocolate.
Well, thank you. Have any cheese?
Why, certainly.
Any buttermilk?
But of course. Salami?
Thank you. We'll put this in the briefcase for later. Now then, you, I take it, are the mother of Dobie Gillis.
The proud mother.
And where is the proud father?
No, he took Dobie to school. He should be along.
Willis, how much do you think the joint's worth?
6,000 or 8,000, what I can see.
You have much of an inventory out back?
Oh, not terribly much.
Where do you live?
Upstairs.
What kind of furniture do you have?
Oh, old things mostly.
Antiques?
Oh, no. Just things we bought when we were married.
Uh-huh. We'll put down about $500 for personal effects.
Why are you asking all these questions?
Do you know who I am, madam?
Why, certainly. It's all right here in my son's article.
No, it isn't all there, madam. I own the Kane Iron and Steel Company, the Interplanetary Electronics Company, the Amalgamated Copper Company, and I am president of the Drovers and Planters National Bank.
You are?
Tell her.
He is.
Well, you must have gotten a mighty good chuckle out of my boy's little article.
Madam, I haven't had a good chuckle since 1933 when I foreclosed on an entire county. Give it to her.
Libel? I don't understand.
Explain it to her, Counselor.
Libel is holding a person up to public ridicule, contempt, and derision, causing mental anguish and loss of respect and esteem in the community, casting doubt on a man's business reliability and personal character, and, in general, impairing public confidence and respect.
And calling me a miserable wretch, a decrepit old hulk, a weather-beaten pauper, and a pathetic old man.
Well, obviously that was all a mistake.
Yes, a mistake that'll cost you and your husband and that idiot son of yours everything that you own, everything that you ever hoped to own.
So, when we get down to the high school, you mind if I stick around and watch this rally you're putting on for old man Appleby?
Sure, Dad, if you want to.
Oh, I do, son. I think it's a great idea, and I'm very proud of you, boy.
Not as proud as me. I'm proud of him up to...
Boy, how much money do you think you're going to raise for the old man?
Well, we started off with $110 in the senior class fund, and then with what we took in from the bazaar and the old clothes and the raffle.
It's probably $300 or $500. Man, what a haul! If we grab those kids before they get to Applebee...
I told you to cut that out.
Yeah, and we don't head for Mexico, see? Every Tom, Dick, and Harold vamooses down Cucaracha way. We head north, see?
Yeah.
What kind of cockeyed talk is that?
We adios up to Canada. Who'd ever think of looking for us there?
Maynard.
I mean, Canada's a whole entirely different city.
Yeah.
Oh, Maynard, pipe down.
Ooh, man, what a shrewd-thinking fellow you are, Maynard G. Krebs. While all those cop cats are running around looking at tortillas and enchiladas, we've vamoosed to other places.
You'll never get away with it.
Oh, sure I will, Mr. G. I will definitely...
What about the Royal Canadian Mounted Police?
Nobody will ever catch... Oh, yeah, they always get their man, huh? Oh, right. Yeah, I'm a man, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Cleveland. Oh!
Cleveland?
Like, yeah, nobody ever goes to Cleveland. I mean, who ever finds
Dad,
Cleveland?
stop encouraging him.
I'm sorry. You can't get away with it, killer.
Right, Copper.
Dad, cut that out. You know how Maynard gets carried away.
Dobie's right, Maynard. You can't go to Canada and you can't go to Cleveland. How about trying Cincinnati?
Dad! Maynard! I'm ashamed of the two of you carrying on like this when we should be thinking of that poor, sweet, lovable old man.
Shame, double shame. Why, you are a decrepit wretch and a miserable hulk.
Madam, he is not a miserable hulk. The kind of hulk he is decrepit.
Willard!
Just quoting the evidence, sir.
Also detestable, despicable, and hateful.
You hear that, Withers? Now we can sue the whole family. Make it a package lawsuit.
Right.
Why, this is positively shameful. At this very moment, my boy Dobie, bless his dear sweetheart, is over at the high school making a speech in order to raise money for you. You miserable scoundrel.
Did you hear that, Withers, making a speech? That's more evidence. Can you take down shorthand?
Oh, yes, sir. 100 words a minute.
You better get it up to 150 in the next 10 minutes. Come on, let's go.
We'll see you in court.
Like your attention, please. My good buddy Dobie's going to make a speech.
Yeah, quiet down and listen to what my boy has to say.
Kids, the snack bar's closed today. Today I'm not going to let you spend your money on ice cream and root beer and candy. Not that I've got anything against ice cream, root beer, and candy, but today you've got something more important to do with your money. I'm going to ask you not only for ice cream money, but also for the money you've been sticking in your sock for new records and new skis and new hubcaps and like that. I want important money from you today because we've got an important job to do. You all know about the fund for Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. You've all been generous. You've all contributed. But I want you to contribute more. I want to push this fund over the top, and I'll tell you why. We're all seniors here, about to leave Central High. This school's given us an awful lot. Not only the stuff we got out of books, but a lot of things you don't find in the curriculum. I mean, devotion and dedication and a real honest, unselfish concern about what kind of people we're going to grow up to be. Well, let's show Central High how grateful we are. Let's show it not by buying another drinking fountain or another set of books for the library or another row of bleachers for the stadium. Let's show it by a living testimonial. Let's pay tribute. I said tribute, not charity, to a man who had it in his heart to return the love and devotion that Central High School felt for him. A man who week after week got out on the football field with only one thought in his mind: to give his last ounce of strength for the school he loved, the school that loved him. A man whose spirit burns bright, a beacon to light the way into the future. Think of what kind of man Mr. Appleby could be if he had the breaks we had. But somewhere along the line, something terrible happened. Something that turned a fine, upstanding citizen into a pitiable figure of a man. What was it? Nobody knows. But we're going to make up for whatever went wrong for this man who did so much for Central High. We're going to make up for whatever weakness.
Appleby, I just can't go through with this. I just can't.
Damaged character.
Withers,
No mercy.
me neither.
A man...
Hold it, son. Hold it. Hold it.
Mr. Appleby, here, sit down, you poor dear old thing. Can I get you something to eat?
Wait a minute. I'm not poor. And I'm not a deer. I'm a gillionaire. I'm rotten clear through to the core. But thank you for letting me see the error of my ways. Here, you take this money. And all the money you make at the sale. And buy something for your high school, like an auditorium or a gymnasium or something like that. If you need any more, come to me.
You're all heart, sir. I didn't realize it was that kind of dough in picking junk. Don't despair, Maynard. You'll make it.
Hurry, kids. 4.
He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. Which nobody can deny, which nobody can.
To show you the plans for the new Central High School auditorium. Appleby Auditorium, we're going to call it, and it'll be beautiful, and we'll never forget you,
That's
sir.
right, sir.
You're all heart, sir.
Uh-huh.
That's all right, kids. I'm only too glad to do it. I'm glad you stopped by, and I'll come by anytime you feel like it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Mr. Appleby.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye-bye, sir.
Oh, they're right, sir. That was a mighty handsome thing you did for Central High School. And I know it cost you a pretty penny.
Yeah, and I think I know where the money's coming from.
Where, sir?
Effective immediately, your salary is cut another 75%. Outside.
Dobie Wants a gal who's creamy, Dobie. Wants a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own. Central High, and there the brave old Central Belt resounds across the sky. Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, Dobie.
Yep, the big day is almost here. My graduation from Central High School. But there were times when I thought it'd never arrive. Like every time I got my grades. Or like the time all the trouble started on the first day of my senior semester. That was when I ran home, all bubbling over about graduating. And Dad was excited, too.
So you're graduating. Big deal.
But you're going to be a part of my graduation.
I already told you I'd give you the $6 for that wacky cap and gown. What more do you want?
A picture of you and Mom in the caps and gowns you wore when you graduated from high school. The yearbook's going to publish family pictures of all the graduates.
Why, what an adorable idea. My graduation picture's in that old trunk up in the attic. Where's yours, Herbert?
Who knows? Forget it.
Forget it? What a shocking attitude. When your son asked you to be a part of a very important event in his life. Don't worry, darling. I'll find your father's high school graduation picture.
Winnie, I absolutely forbid you to waste time on such foolishness.
Why, Herbert T. Gillis, I am stunned. You call yourself a good father, but you act like a rude, boisterous, unpolished, unrefined boor.
You rang?
Oh, hi, Maynard.
Like, hi, Mrs. G, Mr. G, Dobe G. Dobe G, that's you, good buddy.
I know, Maynard, I know.
Maynard, dear, we're in the middle of an important family discussion.
Yeah? What'd I miss?
Maynard, people who butt into other people's conversations are not considered polite people.
Yeah, those kind of people are real low-down type of people. Okay, start again. This low-down people's ready.
Maynard, dear.
Yes, Mrs. G?
No offense, Buster, but why don't you just flake off?
Gee, thanks, Mrs. G. When you talk like that, I feel like I'm home.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right, Mom. I have to go upstairs anyhow and start my homework.
Work!
Maynard, I meant the kind of thing we do at school, not the other kind.
Well, the kind of what?
Work.
Work!
Maynard, come on.
Herbert, something's bothering you.
Nothing's bothering me. It's just that I can't afford to waste time crawling around in some crummy attic trying to find some crummy old picture.
Why, Herbert?
Well, that's right. And I believe, oh, Winnie Pooh, I'm a bum. The reason I can't give our dear boy the picture he wants is because his respected, honored, beloved father who loves him is a stupid, uneducated ignoramus who never graduated from high school.
No.
Yes, and I'm ashamed to tell him.
Oh, Herbert, dear.
Well, it wasn't my fault. I had to quit school and go to work to get enough money so I could finish school and get a diploma. But before I saved enough money to go back, along came WW2. I enlisted. Then I met you, and we got married, and I took over the store. And what with Dobie on the way and trying to make both ends meet, I never did get back to get my diploma.
Why, dear, I never knew.
It's what's inside all of a guy that counts, not just what's inside one part of him, like his head. This is America, and oh, Winnie Pooh, I am a miserable flop, and our dear boy is being brought up by a stupid, uneducated ignoramus.
Why, dear, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Lots of stupid, uneducated, ignorant, wonderful people never graduated.
Winnie Pooh, don't waste your time trying to cheer me up. Anybody who gets through high school can't possibly be a stupid, uneducated ignoramus.
Like me, Mr. Milfloss, sir?
Like you, Mr. Krebs. Answer the question. Who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner?
Mr. Milfloss, sir?
No, Mr. Krebs, I will not repeat the question.
Then would you...
No, Mr. Krebs, I will not give you 45 minutes to do research.
Then would you... Nah, you'd never do it.
Go on, surprise me. I never do what?
Send me out on a mysterious errand to keep me away till school's out, so I won't give a wrong answer to the question.
Correct, Mr. Krebs, I'd never do it.
See, I was like right.
Congratulations, this like the first time for everything.
Yeah, Mr. Milflaws, Maynard would have known the answer, but he didn't have time to finish studying. You see, we were
There's
both...
no need to defend him, Mr. Gillis. He's like no worse than many other members of this class. I find it a highly depressing situation. Here you young people are given a golden opportunity to learn, to improve yourselves, to prepare for the future. And you waste it. What a tragedy.
Gee, I'm getting like all misty.
He's getting like all misty. There are thousands of people right here in this country, in our own city, who would give anything to be sitting in your seats.
Where are they? They can have mine.
You see, you are not the only students I have the privilege, and I use the term under duress, of teaching. At night, I conduct several adult education classes.
Man, how can you like educate adults? They're like too far gone.
Not quite, Mr. Krebs. The people who come to night school after long hours in factories and mills and offices work much harder than any of you to learn the things you are taking for granted. And most of them are wonderfully conscientious, sharp as a tack, eager students.
Me go to night school? Huh!
You are enrolling tonight. It's the only way you'll ever get your high school diploma.
Winnie, at my age, I don't need a high school diploma. What I need is soft food and a rocking chair. Oh, Winnie, I want to do what's right by Dobie, but why do I have to graduate? What difference does it make?
No, you don't mean that. Graduation is something that you really want.
Oh, I suppose so, but I'd be embarrassed going over there to night school.
You'll be embarrassed if you don't go. Next objection?
Dobie will laugh me crazy.
Well, all right, then. We won't tell Dobie until after you graduate. Then he'll be so proud he wouldn't even think of laughing. Next objection.
What if I flunk? I take that back. Herbert T. Gillis, when I start out to do some flunk, impossible.
Out of the question. Next objection.
Well, oh, Winnie, you got your head made up that I'm going to graduate, so why fight it?
Oh, darling, this is the finest, bravest thing you've ever done.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would.
Oh, I'm a loving husband, so I wouldn't argue with you.
Bye.
I don't feel good. My feet hurt.
There, dear. You're going to love it in time.
Oh, no, I won't.
Of course you will.
I will.
Now, there. I will make you outside.
Oh, Winnie, don't leave me now.
All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Milflaws, Monty W. Milflaws.
Monty W. Milflaws?
I'm to be your teacher during this coming, let us hope, happy semester. Now, let's fill out these enrollment cards, please. Pass them back, please. Pass them back. You know, I'm not trying to flatter you folks.
She's just a visitor.
Oh, thank you. But I enjoy teaching these adult classes even more than my regular high school classes during the day.
Oh, this is murder, Winnie. If he teaches during the day, he's bound to know Dobie. So the minute he hears my name is Gillis, he'll open his big yap, and Dobie will learn all about it, and I don't know why I ever let you talk me into it in the first place.
It's too late to do anything about it now.
No, it is not.
Please stop that whispering there. If there are any questions, ask me. Mr.
Dobbs. Fred C. Dobbs. And then, you see, after I graduate, I say, my name is not Fred C. Dobbs, it is Herbert T. Gillis. And they have to give me my diploma and my right name. Smart, huh?
Brilliant.
Hey, you know, I think I'm going to like this. My homework. American history. Oh, boy. The administration of President Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore was the president?
The administration of President Millard Fillmore began on July 10th, 1850. When he succeeded to... You know, Winnie, this could get tough.
Hi, Mom. Dad.
Son?
Oh, hello, dear. Where have you been?
At the library studying. I'm going upstairs now and finish. This American history is the wildest.
American history? You mean about presidents and senators and presidents nobody ever heard of and stuff like that there?
Right. I'm pretty good at it, even if I do say so myself.
Presidents in American history, huh? Say, how'd you like your old dad to help you with your homework?
Yeah, thanks, Dad, but this is one subject where I don't need any help.
But your old dad wants to help you with your homework. Now, why don't you tell me everything you know about any old president that happens to cross your mind?
Oh, like Theodore Roosevelt?
Like Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore? You know, it's funny you should mention him because I'm kind of an expert on his administration.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, he was a vice president under Zachary Taylor.
Millard Fillmore was a Whig? Ridiculous. That's what he wore, not what he was.
No, Dad, he was a member of the Whig political party. They were an early group of conservative statesmen.
Oh, that way.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've done enough studying for today.
Oh, but I haven't. I mean, I haven't heard you recite all you know about President Fillmore. You know, I want you to get good marks in your test.
Oh. Okay, Dad. You know, I sure appreciate this big interest you're taking in my studies lately. You're a wonderful father.
Oh, just say a good American, WW2 veteran, good conduct medal, all that sort of jazz. Read, boy, out loud.
Yeah. Millard Fillmore, the 13th president...
Quig.
Oh, yeah, Quig. Was born January 7th, 1800, in a log cabin on a farm in Cayuga County, New York. Hi, Dad.
Hi, son. Well, don't just stand there doing nothing. Start studying.
Gee, I just got home. I got to go upstairs and get my books.
Don't bother, boy. I brought them down here for you. Here you are, Millard Fillmore, page 208, paragraph 3. All right, start studying, boy.
Here, Dad?
And now.
Oh, okay. You say so. Let's see. President Millard Fillmore.
Oh, Quig, if there ever was one.
Yeah, Dad, yeah. Appointed Daniel Webster as his Secretary of State in 1850.
Hey, Dope, how come you're so smart in school these days?
Oh, I'm not so smart, Maynard.
Yeah, I guess you ain't.
Well, you didn't have to change your mind so fast. I'm pretty smart.
You sure are, Snookums. Whenever Mr. Milfoss calls on you, you pop right up with all the right answers.
Yeah, especially about that president, Millard Fillmore.
Maynard, that's Millard Fillmore.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah. You know, I really owe it all to my father.
You gotta be kidding.
I don't know why, but Dad's changed so darn much lately. I mean, every afternoon he does my homework with me. He makes me recite my lesson over and over. He's really making a student out of me.
Yeah, when they get to his age, they kind of develop a flabbiness in their head.
Maynard.
Your father's finally using good sense, Snookums. Now you'll start getting good grades and graduate with honors and be admitted to a big college, and then I won't have to support us when we're married.
Zelda, please.
Somebody's got to nag you onto success, lover, because without nagging, you're a hopeless case.
Like me.
Not quite that hopeless.
Oh, Zelda, I gotta admit the nagging's helpful. I've been writing these smashing essays, and everyone's better than the last one.
This essay is even better than your last one. How'd you know so much about Millard Fillmore?
Well, some fellows specialize in space travel and others in atomic physics and some in batting averages. Me, I just happen to specialize in Millard Fillmore. Whig.
La-di-da. Name me one guy with any brains who ever heard of Millard Fillmore.
One more word out of you, Callahan, and zing into orbit.
Stop that or I'll keep you both in for recess. That's better. Let's move ahead with our study of American history. For tomorrow's assignment, I'd like the class to prepare an essay of about 500 words on the Louisiana Purchase. I want to compare your work with the work of my regular classes. I've given them the same assignment.
Louisiana Purchase? Where are we going to find out anything about that?
The Louisiana Purchase? As a matter of fact, Dad, we're studying about it in class right now.
No.
Yes.
Say, I got a great idea. Why don't you start studying right now and I'll help you?
Gee, thanks, Dad, but I'm supposed to be working here in the store now.
Never mind that. Your lessons should come first.
But I need the money you keep promising to pay me.
Well, nobody can ever say that Herbert T. Gillis is against education, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll promise to pay you the same salary if you'll just buckle down and do your schoolwork. Work!
Maynard.
Like, hi, Mr. G, Dope. Good buddy, I'm like worried about graduating.
What's there to worry about?
Well, I'm not exactly worried about graduating. It's more like not graduating.
That's what I thought.
Mr. G, would you maybe like help me a little chunk like you do sometimes with Dope?
Well, that depends. What do you know about the Louisiana Purchase?
Nothing. I've never been near the state of Indianapolis.
That's what I was afraid of. Come on, son. Let's take a swipe at this Louisiana Purchase, huh?
Oh, okay, Dad. Well, the Louisiana Territory was purchased from France by President Thomas Jefferson.
Probably a Whig.
No, Dad.
Well, everybody couldn't be Whigs. Go ahead.
You see, President Thomas Jefferson decided that this country
should gain possession of the area known as the Louisiana Territory, extending from the Mississippi to the Rocky Mountains. This was the beginning of the westward movement in the United States. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Mr. Dobbs. As usual, an excellent piece of work.
Well, you are not playing with kids, you know.
In fact, it compares favorably to work done by students in my regular high school classes.
No, what do them juveniles know?
I'm really proud of you, Dreamboat. Another A.
I don't want to appear immodest, but I'm proud of me, too.
Dobie,
Yeah.
your essay on the Louisiana Purchase was excellent work.
Work!
Maynard.
Your essay was really something to be proud of.
You see, Poopsie, when you buckle down, you're really a crackerjack student. And that means that someday you'll be able to support me in the style to which I should become accustomed.
Zelda, I'm being brilliant, and she's wrinkling.
Dobie, I don't quite know how to say this, but Well, have you been doing all these assignments yourself?
Sure. Oh, my dad helps by listening to me sometimes, but he never does my assignments or writes essays for me or like that.
Then let me put it this way. Do you know a man named Fred C. Dobbs?
Dobbs? No, I don't think so, sir.
No, I don't know him either.
Maynard.
I know a fellow named Fred G. Tibbles.
Something's fishy here, and I'm going to find out why.
I think his name is Fred G. Tibbles. It could be Arthur H. Tibbles. It's a big family.
Maynard, please. Mr. Milfloss, what is it? What's wrong?
I'm not sure yet. But stand by while I turn these glasses in for a couple of private eyes.
Well, maybe it was Henry C. Tibbles.
Maynard.
Mr. Dobbs, what do you know about the construction of the Panama Canal?
Not much, Mr. Milfloss, but I'm dead game to find out. How long do you want the essay?
How does 500 words sound?
Oh, it sounds great to me. You shall have it.
I think I've already had it.
Huh?
Never mind. Just write the essay.
That I will, and you will learn a barrelful.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The Panama Canal Zone has an area of 553 square miles, of which 371 square miles are land. It's 50 miles long, at least 300 feet
Hold
wide.
it, boy. You're going too fast.
Too fast?
I mean, mumbling and speeding along like that. Slow down. Give it a chance to sink in.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
My pleasure, son.
Yeah. The, Panama... Dad, what are you writing there?
Oh, just making some notes so I can ask you questions later on. Keep you on your toes.
Oh?
No fair cheating.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah. Now, why don't you start at the beginning and real slow take it so that your old brain can grab hold, huh?
Oh. Good thinking, Dad. Good thinking. Let's see, the Panama Canal Zone has an area...
553 square miles, of which 371 square miles are land. It is 50 miles long, at least 300 feet wide, at the bottom of the excavated channel,
And hold it, Mr. Dobbs. I've heard enough.
But I ain't finished yet.
Want to bet?
Huh?
I have several serious words to say about that essay.
Oh, too deep, huh?
No.
Too fancy?
No.
Too high-toned?
Too stolen.
Now, just a minute. Just a darn minute.
It's entirely possible that somebody stole it from you.
Oh, well, I admit it's pretty high-class stuff, but why would anyone go around burgling essays?
I can't imagine. But a pupil in my daytime class by the name of Dobie Gillis.
Dobie Gillis didn't steal nothing. No.
How do you know?
Well, because he's a good boy and he wouldn't steal anything because he's a good boy.
You know it?
Never heard of him. Well, it's just that any kid with a name like Dobie Gillis doesn't sound like the kind of kid who'd run around stealing essays.
Mr. Dobbs, there is something strange going on in the Panama Canal, isn't there?
Well, you see...
Also the Louisiana Purchase.
Well, I know.
And Millard Fillmore. Do you think I should talk to the principal about this Gillis boy?
Oh, no, don't go to the principal because this Gillis boy didn't steal anything. The Gillis boy is not guilty. Well, at least not that Gillis boy. It's this Gillis boy.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hi. Son, I got to talk to you.
Dad, I'm just studying about President Chester A. Arthur. How would you like to help me?
Forget all about that stuff. My school days are over forever. Boy, I got a confession to make.
A confession?
Yeah, a terrible, miserable confession. But before you start calling me a bummer and a cheat, I want you to remember all the good things I've done for you.
Dad, what's the matter?
I want you to remember, like, when I brought you that teddy bear to the hospital when you was only a day old.
I'm afraid I don't remember that, Dad.
Oh, sure you do, boy. And remember how I brought you home from the hospital and put you in that little crib when you was hardly as big as a 10-pound sack of flour?
I think I was a little too young. Dad.
Oh, you were not. You remember? Remember how I walked
Dad,
the floor with you when you had the colic?
No, Dad.
Now, I want you to remember all these things when I tell you about the terrible thing I've done.
You, Dad? Impossible.
No, it was low down and sneaky.
No, I can't believe that.
What kind of a son are you, anyway, disagreeing with your own father?
Dad.
I am an honest man, and when I say that I've been dishonest, what right have you got not to believe me? Oh, forgive me, dear boy. You know, I enrolled in that night school so that I could finally get my high school diploma, see? But then I started copying your homework and getting grades that I didn't even deserve.
Dad, I had no idea.
Remember the teddy bear?
Yeah.
Remember how I shoved you in that crib?
Yeah.
And remember how I walked the floor with you when my feet were killing me? And how the floor was so cold that twice I almost caught my death?
Please, Dad, calm down. Everything will be all right.
It will?
Of course it will.
You mean you can forgive me for letting you down?
Sure, Dad.
And for setting you such a bad example?
Right.
And for disgracing you in front of the whole high school?
Sure.
And for getting caught?
You got caught? Look, Dad, I don't know why you did what you did, but I know you must have had a reason. And I'm going to stick with you no matter what.
Oh, bless you, dear boy. A poor, miserable father like me don't deserve a fine, upstanding son like you.
That's not true, Dad. You're a fine father.
You are disagreeing with me again, but I'll let it pass.
Listen, Dad, we'll see this through together. You and Mom and me.
Then how can I lose? I'll go down to that school board and tell them just how it happened. They've got to give me another chance, don't they, boy?
Sure, Dad, sure.
Why, sure they do. Why, you can't beat a man when he's standing shoulder to shoulder with his loyal family. Oh, bring on that school board. I'm gonna fight like a tiger. Please, Mr. Milfloss, don't kick me out. Oh, I beg you.
The school board has decided that in light of the circumstances, you will not be punished. And you'll be given a chance to rewrite all of the essays that you copied from your son. This time without help.
All right, Mr. Milfloss. And don't you let me catch you help me anymore, or oh, the fur's gonna fly, boy.
Mr. Milfloss, you mean that my husband will be able to graduate after all?
If his examinations and essays are satisfactory, he'll receive his diploma along with the graduates of the regular high school.
Oh, Herbert, isn't that wonderful?
Nah, don't worry, Mom. Dad'll pass that exam easy.
Sure he will, Mrs. Gillis.
He will.
He will.
He will.
He will?
What were the principal accomplishments of the administration of James K. Polk? He was a president, too?
I got my fingers crossed for him.
So have I.
So have I.
Me, too.
Maynard!
Time's up, Mr. Gillis.
But if
I'll have to take
he
your
was a Whig, he was not the best Whig, because the best Whig was Millard Fillmore.
Or was it Chester A. Arthur?
How's it going?
Dan, how's it going?
Now, don't be nervous or stutter or mumble, students. There's nothing to be scared about.
Like there, Mr. Milfloss, sir.
Like thank you, Maynard. Remember, the people in there waiting for your graduation are your own friends and relatives. Where are the rest of the graduates?
We're it, Mr. Milfloss.
Yeah, the end of the line.
Oh, no, you aren't. There are 2 more graduates. Graduates I'm very proud of. This ceremony doesn't go on until they get here.
Other graduates?
Like who? Like us. Wait.
Hey, hold it! You can't graduate without us. I've been waiting 25 years for this. Hey, how do I look?
Beautiful, beautiful.
My wife and kids are waiting in there to watch me.
That's too bad. Stop shoving, Callahan.
Now listen, Dobbs.
The name is Gillis, and I don't think us graduates should be arguing. True?
True.
Ah, that's my dad.
Gee, I'm getting like all misty.
Me too. Now, come on. Let's get this line moving.
Above the school we love so well, our precious Central High, and there.
And to think I could have gone into real estate.
Dad?
I'm back here taking inventory. What do you want?
Dad, we just got the proofs of our graduation pictures. They look great.
Big deal. Why don't you guys drop that graduation talk already?
Dobe, I gotta give your father credit. He didn't let graduate from high school stop him from being mean and rotten.
No offense. Dad, it was the biggest thing that ever happened to us.
A graduation's a graduation. Stop yakking about it, will you? Well, what are you gawking at? Ain't you never seen a high school graduate before?
Above the the school we love so well, our precious Central High. And there the brave old Central bell resounds. Dobie, once a gal who's creamy, Dobie, once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde, is she tall, is she dark, is she small, is she any kind of dream?